We cannot hear them, but that could be because their audio is not turned on.
It's quite possible.
But I bet we're being heard.
No, literally we were discussing.
Yes, I bet we are. So how about we welcome the viewing
and,
crowd back to Hammer Out Cancer. Colin, I'll let you take it away. This is your show. Well, it's everyone's show, but you did a big part in the background, so give it.
All right. Hi, everybody. We are ready to
with
commentate our
one
third
intent,
game.
and that was to
I don't know if you can hear us, so why don't we start with simple table stakes. Can you hear us, and do we sound okay?
Secondary.
I am in the chat room, so I will see them respond. I am filling in. We didn't have someone to help commentate, and I thought commentating for this game would be great fun, so I have moved to my...
Deploy is difficult with the Sky.
Oh, we can not only can we hear ourselves, but I'm getting myself twice. There we go. Yeah, they can hear us fine, so that's just great. Basically, we're going to commentate this game with Trukk and Mitch, and it's going to be just wonderful. We've had a number of games so far that have been really great, and I've moved away from the guys playing, and I'm in my isolation command center that I've used for the past 9 months of COVID. This is where I spend all of my time. Yeah. So,
do we want to go over our
you
list
take the
real
lead
quick?
here, Mr. Falcon. You're the
Excellent.
Okay, cool.
You're the veteran, as
I'm
it
gonna
were.
grab a bike real quick.
Well, I've moved out of my isolation chamber because people in my household wanted to go to bed, and I'm up in my kitchen. So we'll see how this turns for the rest of this game. But we've got quite the good one here for you. Like Colin said, this is Chuck versus Mitch. Chuck's bringing out some good old Ghazghkull Thraka Goff hordes for our viewing pleasure, and he's going up against Mitch's Space Wolves. I don't think I need anything else but Terminators list. It's going to be quite the battle. We've got a Goff horde where Chuck has gone full on out on upgrading every one of his boys to Scarboys. 119 boys by the looks of things. He's got a Painboy in there. Kommandos, 5 Meganobz with dual killsaws, a couple Deffkoptas to try and grab some objectives and just be general annoyances. He's got that Kleverest Boss, Big Mek, and Mega Armor with the custom force field, a Weirdboy, and Ghazzy himself. On the other end of the table, Mitch is doing the thing he loves to do with his Space Wolves, other than drink grain alcohol. It's play just a lot of guys in Terminator armor. Wolfguard Terminators are extremely deadly.
How many guys, Falcon? Is it a lot of guys?
Well, it's a lot of guys for Terminators. I believe he's running 29 Terminators in this list, along with a couple squads of Incursors, a squad of Infiltrators. He's got Logan Grimnar on Storm Rider, so Big Santa Claus is in play. And Canis Wolfborn, who is a bit of a blender himself, and if he's got some Phoenician Wolves around, he can kind of upgrade them just a tad. And Mitch did bring 15 of those with him. He's got 2 lieutenants. One is the Wolfguard Battalion on Thunderwolf with a chainsword and storm shield, and the other one is the lieutenant in Reaver armor. That guy's pretty important as he's going to be trying to shut down some action shenanigans on Chuck's part. It's definitely a list. I'm going to be curious to see if all these kind of slow lumbering Terminators can get the job done.
It's going to make for a great game because we're just going to be getting in the middle of
stuff. I do want to comment that Mitch and Chuck, despite being co-hosts, don't get to play very often. Their social calendars don't really match up.
Agreed.
So this is a very unusual thing. But they're both playing the armies that they kind of love. Chuck isn't enjoying Orks that much right now, but they're still his deep, passionate love. He wants desperately to have an excellent book for 9th edition because he would like it. If all armies are equal, Chuck is an Ork player. And similarly, if all armies are equal, Mitch is a Space Wolf player.
What are the?
That's his favorite thing. So I think that this is really a fun way for them to get to play each other when they haven't played each other in 9th at all.
Excellent.
Oh, that's great to hear. Space Wolves were my first army, so I always enjoy seeing them on the table, particularly when they're competitive. The 8th edition, they never really struck that tone. 9th, when they were in index format, they looked extremely deadly, but when they switched to the Codex, they lost a couple of really key stratagems. They can still definitely play. It's just they require a little more nuance than some of the other Marine armies out there. And then Orks. Orks always have a special place in my heart, but every time I try to start them, get like 20 boys in and say, nope, this isn't happening.
No, they're gone.
I have a back that I need to maintain.
They've been relegated to
It's not just that. Orks are a heavy lifting paint hobby army too.
Like you do.
Oh, yeah.
We looked at doing orcs, and my
like.
wife does most of my painting.
Yep.
Which, yes, I know how fortunate that makes me. And it's
I'd be okay
it's really,
with
we looked at it and it's just like, no, she's gonna hate this, right? Like each boy has like 9 different things on them that you probably should paint if you want to get a good paint rubric score. So it's a lot. I do want to point out that the sleigh is on the table.
Wolf down.
Yep, look at that little boy.
That big chariot looking thing. Entertainingly, I don't play Space Wolves. I own that. So that is actually my sleigh that's on the table. My son's name is Logan, and so when I first started playing 40K, we were at the store together, and he said, "This guy's name is Logan," and he's like 10 at the time, so I bought it, assembled it, and there it is. It's really a fun model that's super great to assemble. I'm sad that it doesn't. I heard it was good before Falcon, like in the before times. But
there was a very brief period when it was first released where it saw some play, kind of went down. Right now it's interesting because I believe it can advance and charge, and it's got a ton of movement. So if played properly, and Mitch is definitely a pretty finesse player when he wants to be, like Logan can do a lot of work. So we'll have to see like how he plays it, if he can keep it with the wolves long enough with Canis and his other mounted cav, in position so that those Terminators can come down and provide them some support.
Okay. Just making.
I'm really interested to see how this game goes. Can Trukk hold off the onslaught? There's a lot of lightning claws in this list and a lot of attacks. Space Wolves do attacks real well.
It sounds like we're supposed to be hearing player audio and are not.
So, funnily enough, this is one of the matchups
where
who I blame?
The
idea of
I blame
you don't
Pickles.
necessarily want to go first.
I don't know.
Right?
Okay.
So
fair enough.
It's something that has been discussed
Pickles
quite a bit.
Peter,
I think.
To get this kind of
That's
rolling
what I'm saying.
correctly.
That choice
we intended to have multiple
there
tech
anymore.
people
It's
so
just
that we,
whoever rolls
but,
to go first
it's
goes
COVID,
first.
so it is what it is. But yes, muting the players while they set up Pickles would be absolutely wonderful. They'll let us know when they're ready for first turn, and we'll bring them back online.
Look at all those boys.
Done.
When he was deploying yesterday, he said part of the way into deployment, "This is too many boys. I don't want this many." And I'm like, well, it's too late now. You put them in the list. They have to go somewhere. Do you want to deep strike them? And he's like, no. Our game last night was a warm-up game just to kind of get us rolling dice on camera. And I played White Scars into it, and it was awful for the Ork player. Just the rules were not, there was an imbalance that was rough. But part of that problem is going to persist here. 2-up armor saves is really hard for Orks. They don't know a lot to do about that. Each of those boy units has a guy, a knob, who has a kill saw, and he'll kill a Terminator or two. Like he doesn't care. He'll go and he'll kill some dudes. But the problem is that then the rest of the boy unit explodes to however many attacks the Space Wolves have.
You got it.
That's hard.
My main play partner in COVID times has been Val Heffelfinger, my co-host on Stat Center and a number of other podcasts, and he exclusively plays Orks with me. He always wants to play the Stompa, and like 100 boys with it, and those 100 boys, it like everything depends on that knob just exploding, just rolling as many 6s as he can to kind of kill as much stuff as it can, because the boys do nothing to the rest of a Marine list. Right. If you're lucky, they kill like one guy. So that knob has to do all of the heavy lifting. Trukk does have those Meganobz, which does give him a little bit of a swing, but it's one unit, right? So they can't be everywhere at once. And really, they're often hitting on like 5s into a lot of units, so they're not really pulling their weight when you want them to. 4s, I should say. And then you have got Ghazghkull, and Ghazghkull will lay into some stuff, but all these Terminators with 5-up invulns, it's definitely going to be a rough time. The one thing Trukk has going for him is Space Wolves cannot take an apothecary, so selfless healer, a 6-up feel no pain, that's not something he really has to worry about.
The other advantage here is that I think that because Mitch's army is a little bit slower than the White Scar matchup, and this is the scouring, Trukk may be able to out-primary Mitch. So that would also be a thing. Is there a banner in there? Is there a Rights of War dude? Are the Terminators OBSEC? Is that a thing? That is a thing?
Let me just go back and check. I didn't see one. I did miss the chaplain on bike, though, when I did my first look through. So let me just...
Oh, man, that chappie on bike.
Yeah, the Reaver Lieutenant does have the Rights of War. So
okay, cool.
So that dude's going to do a lot. He's going to have OBSEC. He can possibly shut down Chuck's OBSEC, although that's going to be very hard given how Orks do leadership. But he'll definitely be shutting off actions. Yep, that's something that Chuck's going to have to worry about as well.
Yeah. Last night, my with Ghazghkull having 4 wounds left, my Chappie 4 wound to hit Chappie went in with 8 attacks for 7 saves, and Gaz made all of them. And then Gaz killed the chaplain. That wasn't great.
Yep, because Gaz just gets angrier the more wounds you do to him. So
I think we should roll.
Mad. Do you play Battle on TTS? Is that what you do?
I do. Yeah, we play a lot on TTS. Oh, we've got some audio here.
You go first.
I choose to go first.
Beautiful.
You were chosen.
Chuck says he chooses to go first.
You were born for this moment.
You have chosen
Jazz hands.
for them.
So as we get started, I just want to say, and just to reiterate what you were saying, Colin, I think Chuck's path to victory is going to be to outmaneuver Mitch. He's going to have to take objectives, flood the board, be where Mitch isn't always, and just try to weather the storm. Pick off key units like that Reaver Lieutenant and hope for the best.
I agree with that. I agree with that entirely. Now, I give Chuck a little bit of an edge there. He's more practiced at 9th edition than Mitch is. Mitch hasn't had a chance to play a lot, and Chuck plays. We play. We're quarantined together. Basically, he's in my bubble, so we play a couple times a week. Typically, we usually play on 2 times back to back on the weekends. So he's got a lot of experience. That's going to help him here, because 9th edition does play pretty different than 8th.
Go over my list a little bit for everybody because we had not. So far. So I'm running 2
you should tell Mitch that
we
went over his list already.
Logan Grimnar. Oh, okay. Cool. They went over it. Never mind. Okay. I just spent 3 hours hosting. It's a hard habit to break.
Poor Mitch. So in an hour and a half, all these orcs will be done moving. And,
it's funny because it's true.
This is my big fear about playing orcs. The other big fear is I would clock myself out until I got a lot of reps in. I've had the pleasure of playing people like Rich Kilton who've played orcs for a million years, and even they struggle with the clock sometimes. And they're using movement trays, and they're getting help from their opponents. So I can just imagine how I would play this list. Like, guaranteed, I would need like a shuffle.
Me, Peter, I don't know if there's any... You've got some distortion, Peter. I don't know if there's anything you can do about that.
Reaver Lieutenant,
let me see.
He'll just be nestled in here somewhere so that it doesn't matter. Sorry about that. That's what happens when you have to borrow a model.
Ooh, we have passed $8,000 triumphantly.
What are those guys?
We are at $8,162 raised for charity.
It's very Kopta-like.
So I'm back in. I'm not sure if it's me because I'm hearing the clicking myself, and it's not coming through my mic. So
okay, fair enough. Maybe we ask the chat, how do the players sound for you guys? Because if they sound fine for you, then I'm not going to worry about it. While we're doing that, I'll point out this that red blob at the top of the screen there. That's Chuck's beautiful Killicopters kit bashes that are made out of dudes riding giant squigs. Chuck loves to use them early to get early recon and objective challenges. Like, he doesn't care if they die. They're literally just going to do some primaries, and then that's it.
Well, chat says the players are quiet but clear. That's cool. I just turned down the volume myself on the players for me, and a lot of the background noise went away. So I think it is just something to do with their mics, and because we have their audio up so high for us, we pick it up a little more.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
You said they have lapel mics, right? Maybe Mitch is just like rubbing his too hard with his big juicy beard.
I don't know. I hear the distortion when you talk, Falcon, not when they talk. Not when. I'm sure it's okay. I'm not gonna worry about it. Actually, I
So
can't hear
Colin,
them, so I will.
Colin, have you had the chance to play into
Okay,
Space Wolves in the last million years?
No, I have not. I have not played them in 9th edition. When you only get to play Trukk. It's kind of how that goes. He actually, when I met Trukk at 25 years ago, he was a Space Wolf only player, but he got better. He healed, I guess.
That's what I say about most Space Wolf players. I also got better. Well, I got worse for a time. I played Tau right after Space Wolves, but then I got better.
I got better.
So, folks, if you're tuning in right now, it's your first time, you haven't followed any of the other matchups, you don't really know what's going on. This is Hammer Out Cancer. It is a charity event where we're donating money towards the Burt Henderson.
So many eggs.
What's his name again, Colin?
Fred Hutchinson.
Fred Hutchinson Research Center, and also our good friend Vince. Everything that we do is for that charity. It's to give this money to these people to help fight cancer. Every dollar you donate helps. As Colin just said, we just broke $8,000, and that's just absolutely incredible. If you wish to donate, every $30 you donate does get you in the running for a raffle draw. There's probably a billion prizes at this point that you could possibly win. Everything from little Termagant kits like we've seen given out recently to entire Necron armies that have been fully commission painted. Get on over to charityhammer.com or try paypal.me/charityhammer. Donate if you can. Like I said, this is a beautiful cause. These are beautiful people. And this is the main reason why we're here.
That and to entertain you guys.
Yeah.
Those two things.
I don't get a save.
And I will get that research center wrong literally the entire weekend. I guarantee it.
There's a guy.
I look forward to that. An interesting point is that I'm going to give away some work stuff here in a minute.
Okay. So
if somebody's listening,
or no,
watch
it's a strategy.
Likes Orks. Here's their chance.
Sorry.
I don't think it would be worth it.
Nope.
I'll allow it.
No. Not worth it at all.
Here.
It'll be the plane. New Unboxed plane.
It's been 2 years.
With
I'm
Mega
rusty. I'm working on it.
Mega Flacca thing.
The blasted jet?
Sure.
Or the burn bomber.
Chuck said the same kit makes all of them. So.
Oh, cool. The burner bomber is really disgusting if it works.
It's one of the things if you roll well.
Yeah, the flying headbutt stratagem on it, where it could possibly do, depending on how your opponent positions their army, 30 or 40 mortal wounds. It's pretty spicy.
We just got a donation that says "Go White Scars." So.
Oh, good.
I'm not sure that White Scars are playing right now, so I'm just gonna keep that in. I'm just gonna hold on to that till the RTT tomorrow.
It's not 4.
It's a 6 will make it.
7 will do it then.
Yep.
It looks like some boys might be charging some infiltrators.
Yep, or that may be a squad of incursors, because it looks like he did hit a charge on the bottom as well. Pickles, what's the squad there that Chuck just got that charge on? Is that one of the incursor squads?
Those guys are incursors. Proxy hammer.
Perfect.
So basically, Mitch deployed his null deploy guys on the top and bottom objective, and Chuck is using both of them to charge, basically, because those guys don't have 2-up saves, and that could get Chuck basically holding everything, almost.
Yep, he can definitely use that free movement to hop onto a bunch of objectives. The big thing with those incursors and infiltrators, though, is if they don't all die, Mitch can choose to put them into strategic reserves and pop them back out later. So it's not a total lost cause. But like you said, they do only have a 3-up armor. It is a lot of boys. If Chuck wants to use it that way, they will die. More than likely.
If he wants them to die, they'll die. Cause these boys are strength 5.
Yeah.
So you've got 90 attacks and or is it 120 attacks? You have a lot of attacks, hitting on threes, wounding on threes. The math just gets them.
Exactly. So it's really about if Trukk wants to just string further and further back to grab more objectives and protect himself from the minimal shooting Mitch has, or if he just goes for the throat here.
Here's 3 base, +1 for Boyz, +1 for Dad, +1 for 2 killsaws.
Can the listeners just reassure me, as the person running this event, that the audio all sounds okay? Because it does not sound okay for me.
16 more shots. Oh, we roll ones.
But that would make me feel better. So there's that.
Yep.
And these would be 2s.
Okay.
I kill, that's
If a man named Boomstick Bob says we're good,
2 damage.
we must be good. That's what I would say. I've said that a long time and only just now became relevant.
Consolidate.
Oh, there they all go. Goodbye. And I think that was just the Killsaw knob doing the work.
Could be. He gets a bunch of attacks and he's a bunch of strength and a bunch of AP.
This little trick.
Yep. He's just a bunch of things.
We'll have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 boys, if it matters.
Hey Pickles, I think you should ask them to speak up when they're saying things that are important. They might just want to project and articulate a little bit more.
Roger that. You guys need to articulate and speak up a little more when you're saying important things.
Oh, are we on now?
We didn't know we were on.
Sorry.
Sorry.
Well, there you
so
go.
That's the infiltrators.
So the knob
Kill.
each of these 2 units just killed the Space Marines and the other ones.
Yep.
This is kind of like taking the bait, get countercharge, but I need those off the table in order to do my deploys and stuff like that.
Yep.
So
I kind of basically said, hey, if you want to participate in this side of the table, you have to come over to it. Yep.
and I set up my other stuff to just sort of countercharge that.
Yep.
I also did my deployment zone, and I got 2 points out of my engage. So
So, quick question here. Is this all one unit of boys here?
yes,
Okay.
it's 1 unit here,
Okay.
1 unit there, and
Got
then
it.
the 2 behind them.
Got it. Okay.
And I got that.
I think it is entirely possible that Pickles' mom might have donated.
Yes, sir.
She
Okay.
did, actually. Yes.
So there we go. I don't know
And
what
she
that
just
was.
won a Necron army.
So talking that poses the question: what's the parent of a pickle?
For 4.
Ooh.
14.
Is it a cucumber
Oh, we've
or
got
is
all
it
kinds
some
of
kind of
ones.
vinegar
Okay.
situation?
I don't want to call his mom some sort of vinegar situation. That just doesn't sound flattering.
I think my dad is the vinegar situation.
What did he say?
He said his dad is the vinegar situation.
Okay. My dad sounds like my dad as well. I can
Actually,
relate to that.
I have to move the other unit first, and then I.
It looks like
There's
we've
an order
looks like
that
we've
this has
moved
to
on
go
to
in, I
Mitch's
apologize.
movement phase.
Are they in front of each other?
Yeah.
Yep.
But those guys advanced for 4, so I won't change that.
Pickles,
dice roll.
it's probably easiest if you mute them during the movement and then bring them back when the dice start getting rolling.
So these you guys
Easier for the
advance
listeners.
first.
So Pickles, can you tell me what Chuck picked for his secondaries and Mitch?
Oh, I like that.
I can do that.
You're a gentleman and a scholar.
I liked the confidence. I appreciated the confidence.
See here, so for my secondaries, I have deploy, scramblers, engage on all fronts, and mental interrogation. And what did Mitch go with? Mitch took,
Assassinate, domination, and thin the ranks.
yeah,
Did you guys get that?
Yeah.
So Mitch took assassinate, domination, and thin their ranks. Chuck took scramblers, mental interrogation, and what was the third one again? Sorry, I'm writing them down just in case I have to remember later.
Engage, just deploy scramblers and mental something.
Mental interrogation. Mental interrogation is an interesting choice. I like that.
That's what Chuck took?
Yeah.
That's interesting. He's only got the one Weirdboy, so he must not be thinking that needs to do other stuff, which is interesting.
Yeah, it's curious. I mean, really often the Weirdboy is just there for Warpath and for the jump. maybe because he figures this is going to be like a middle table brawl, he can afford to waste those turns to get that off. I mean, I don't think Mitch has anything to deny other than a stratagem. So
I asked a trivia question in the last episode that people answered. And the question was, what tournament was the first episode of Biffpod about? I'm not going to call Falcon out because he has no reason to remember that. If we were broadcasting like an NFL game, it'd be like, which running back, blah, blah, blah. And then the other ones would be like, oh, I think I know this. Anyways, it was the Storm of Silence is the answer.
Mhm.
That was the first tournament that we covered on our podcast. And that was where I took 3 Tesseract vaults and quickly regretted taking 3 Quest Tesseract vaults. It was both the most fun and least fun I've ever had at a tournament.
it
Mostly it was
begins
the
with a
least fun.
storm.
That's right. It begins with a storm is the name of that episode. 3 people got it right. One of them is the TO of that tournament.
Well, I think
Which
that's
is great.
cheating.
That's a little bit. He might have listened to the podcast about the tournament that he ran? Possible.
Just maybe.
That was actually 2.5 years ago. Almost 3 years ago. Getting up there on 3 years ago. Now, Falcon, did you were you listening back then before you became a bigger 40K celebrity than me?
I started listening with episode 2, I believe. It was episode 2 or 3. It was just before you appeared on Chapter Tactics when you guys did the sportsmanship episode, however long ago that was.
Oh, man. That was a long time ago.
It was definitely early in the run. I was already kind of following the competitive scene and trying to keep track of things because BAO that year, which would have happened about 2 months after, because back then it was in July, after Storm of Silence. Like that's where Mitch kind of got a lot of press because of the Castellan list that he had created. Even though it lost Jeff Robinson on stream, it was still such a ridiculous list, and everyone saw the power in it that it definitely kind of created some waves.
Do we sing Jingle Bells as this thing moves? Jingle bells, jingle. Okay, so the sleigh has moved. It looks like all of the wolves have been pushed forward. Now those wolves are interesting because I believe if they charge into the boys will have bad things happen to them. I believe I think those wolves have a bunch of attacks each.
They do, and the boys don't have much of a save.
Units I really had. So.
Onto the shooting phase.
Yep.
Okay.
Let's take a listen and see let's just hear what Mitch is going to do. I'm really curious as to how he's going to use these wolves.
Stratagem-wise, on this unit here, I am going to give all of my cavalry and beasts. It's going to cost me 2 CP. There we go. And I roll 3d6, take the 2 highest, and I re-roll wounds against you in combat. Yep.
Did you give yourself a CP major?
Nope. So I should do that too.
There you go.
There we go.
That's one of my favorite things about 9.
That's done. I don't think I need to do anything else right now. So we'll start. We're just going to work this way. We'll start here and charge there. So you're not going to. No. Okay. Cool.
That's a dead Deffkopta for sure.
Yeah, that's plenty. Cool.
Picking on helpless little skimmers.
He's super dead.
And then I'm pretty sure we get in here, but let's see by how much with this unit. Well, actually, I'm going to charge with this unit first into, where does this unit go to? Okay, so we'll start with that unit. So I roll 3d6, take the 2 highest. So 8. Yeah, that's plenty. Working around a tripod here, guys. Give me a sec.
So Chuck played this really well in that this arc that he created, even when Mitch probably chews through this Ork Boy squad or chews through a lot of it, Chuck is going to countercharge with that back unit and basically reposition himself into the middle. So it'll be interesting to see if those wolves can even take a clapback, because I don't think they can. I'd love to be proven wrong. But then the Terminators come down. It's just going to be like this, this interesting mess.
Some of them are drunk.
Also,
happens.
if the wolves
And
don't
then
kill
we'll
30
charge with
boys,
these
I think
guys,
green tide is
3d6.
going to be a really bad thing for Mitch right now.
Oh, yeah.
11. So
Because it looks
gonna be
like
able to
there's a
get
spot for
around,
green tide for him
which
to
is
appear
great.
behind Mitch.
Can go through.
oh, they can go through.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like there might be a
Sorry.
model in the bottom
Addition
right-hand
lag, guys.
ruin. Hard to say. But the
Oh,
top,
okay.
pretty
gonna
empty.
Clog up the middle of the board
Okay.
as much as possible here.
There's also that bottom right
forward.
objective. He could potentially charge onto that as well.
No, you're right. Yeah, there's definitely a space there where you could come in,
Space here.
especially with new infiltrators to kind
sorry.
of block out a large
This is hard with
zone.
the tripod.
And the other thing Chuck could decide to do,
knows everything.
depending on how this fight phase goes, is just like flood his whole back end board. So when Mitch drops in his Terminators, they have to go in his own deployment zone
we
and
will charge with this guy into them.
a million miles.
2d6. But he does get to reroll. I don't think he'll need to though. So he's just going right over here. Yeah, there we go. The next Fenrisian Wolf squad, 9. Yeah, I want to get him on this side and then as close to him as possible. Yep. Yep.
Well, I think
I just want to leave one opening for this guy here.
this is a little one thing that's a little bit weird about
You got
this.
it.
When you
11.
charge multiple things
Plus,
like this,
plus, well, yeah, they don't get the plus. Sorry, never mind.
one of
They're
these
not
boys
core.
units is going to interrupt.
Yep.
Yeah,
and then there's
for
one
sure.
guy back here who's also needs to be in there. Cool. And then my Teeth of Terra guy goes in for 9. He's in. The Chaplain doesn't need to be in, nor does the Reaver. Yeah, we're fine.
Well,
Probably want to have, I don't have.
we're just going to have everything on the table fight this turn, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think so.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
Mitch has
then we
decided
need to
the
choose where
strategy
we're
is
going to
get to the
start.
second
So I think we're going to start here because these guys are going to get the maximum Canis Wolfborn buff and the re-rolling wounds. So that is 46 attacks. So give me one
Sorry,
second,
boys.
guys, while I count out some dice. 2. Okay, so I'm just going to do this a few times in a row. So we've got 5 hits so far because I have no re-rolls because I'm not core. 6, 7, 8. 9 hits so far. $17 hits. And then one more of this and then 6 more. 25 and then 6. 29. Okay. That's hits. Sorry about that, guys. 15.
Mitch apologizing for rolling dice is cute.
4 AP2.
It's adorable.
So this is 15.
I'm really sorry. I'll never do it again.
And then, so I'm wounding on 4s, right?
Yep.
And then
Pickles,
I'm re-rolling
ask
to
Mitch
wound.
to roll on the battle map so we can see it. Rolling on the black doesn't do anything for anybody.
2, 4, 6, 8. 10 wounds so far. Oh, okay. Sorry. I will, okay.
Just tell him to move the dice thing. Yeah, we're Chuck just told him to
This
move
is
it.
the
It's great.
second half of that.
There you go.
So 5 so far. Whoops. And then the rest again. So 9 more. Okay.
Still the same? 6 up. 1, 2.
They must have had AP. I didn't know if they would.
Yeah, they do. They have, I believe they're AP1 base.
Okay. So a bunch of boys just died, but did not wipe the unit. So we'll see if Chuck can pull them off in a way where the other stuff that charged doesn't get them.
Yeah, he's probably lost, about 15, I would say. I don't think we heard the exact number, but
6,
Given
7, 8,
the
9, 10,
move-
11, 12, 13, 14. It looks like about 15 dice that are left there. Normally, Chuck picks up the feel no pains, so that's probably what he did.
Yeah, it was 15.
Okay.
which is about maths for what went into it.
So this squad goes
Um,
all the way over into this corner over here too.
Squad that hit me, right?
Yep. And so this squad, you have one wolf over here.
So I need to make sure.
Yep. Yep. That's where you want to pull from. If I made my charge, do I still get my consolidate before I swing?
Yes.
So I have a 4-inch consolidate, just so you know.
Yeah. Well, you're still going to come in. It's just
Okay.
gonna really reduce.
Yep. No, I just trying to. This is the whole point is for fun. The
For
water's fine.
funsies.
Well, actually, I mean, it's my turn now.
The point is to win, Mitch. My
No, you're
goodness,
gonna
what a guy.
interrupt. Yeah, I expected that. Not much I can do about it.
I think we're going to interrupt over here.
Yep.
So I'll spend the 2.
So Mitch really is going to need to wipe one squad, or cripple both. Like that's really what he wants to do here. So hopefully this clapback from Trukk
actually,
isn't too deadly.
Armor of Rust is over here. I apologize. That's his
Oh,
character.
there we go. There's the
Yep.
cheat.
So I'm sorry.
There's the play.
Let me double check to make sure that's how I have it on my list.
Yes, please, because then I'm going to.
Yep. No, because otherwise I would be cheating you, and that would not be okay.
Well,
One sec.
I need to put those guys back.
Yep.
Kill the bugs.
Yeah, this is really important. If Armor of Rust is really on that
Double check
guy,
my
then those
armor
boys just
of
won't be able to
Rust.
interrupt. And then
Nope,
Chuck's
Armor of
gonna have
Rust is
to.
on the chaplain. You're good.
Okay.
Sorry.
there we go.
That's why we gotta check these things.
So, for the folks listening, Armor of Rust,
That's the teeth of
you can
terror
select a
on the-
unit,
on
and
the-
it cannot attack until the end of the fight phase. It cannot interrupt. It can't do anything.
First time I played the list.
So if that had been on the battle leader that was in close combat there, Chuck would have been in real bad shape. He would have had to reselected the
wrong
models
unit.
top unit.
So that's a
Luckily
critical
for
error
him,
on my part for not leaving an opening to charge the Armor of Rust in. Yep. That was my fault,
it's
guys.
bad news
That's good. It's being rusty.
Yep.
Triple 3. Oh, that was, I moved this guy too far. There we go.
because that would have changed everything.
Like this, he's going to come up to here. He's going to come up to here. He'll come up here. And that's it. These guys will come over here. And start engaging. Kommandos. Well, actually, no, I won't. Because that's the squad that hasn't fought yet.
That's the squad that has fought.
Oh, that has fought. Okay.
Yes, you can engage.
I would love to.
This is the squad that has not.
And the rest of this is just holding coherency. And, who's going? We got this. So over here, I'm going to put 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 boys into dogs.
11 boys into dogs. Okay. That seems bad for the dogs, Peter.
11 boys.
Yeah, so there's 15 dogs in that unit. 11 boys is 55 attacks with Gaz around, or 44. It's probably, if not 15 dead dogs, it's like 12. So
Should we call the Animal Society? Should we be concerned?
Whatever this guy is.
We're both dog lovers. This seems like something we should
that
be
is
against.
the piece
Mr.
of terror.
Bronx is here.
Lieutenant
Give me
of
the
Storm
sad eyes. Here's
Or
what I'm
we'll start
saying.
battle lead.
Let's do the knob first.
Well, they're pretend dogs, so I'm less concerned about their safety.
I mean, there are no wolves on Fenris, so
Roll ones. Oh, I came up a little short there.
There are no wolves on Fenris?
Strength 10.
no wolves on Fenris. It's a 40k lore thing.
Yes.
It looks like the knob whiffed. He only got 2 wounds through.
So 4 up in bows. Take them.
All right, 2 each.
Okay.
Well, he does put 4 wounds on whoever he was targeting there. Pickles, who did the knob go into?
Who did the knob go into, Chuck?
Character of some sort.
Terra captain.
Yep.
I was captain.
Oh.
Okay,
Didn't kill him.
Chuck would have liked to get another wound into him.
for sure.
These 10 boys going into the wolves.
Yep.
This is probably a little overkill. Reroll the ones.
Normally when I watch a stream, Falcon, I try to look close enough that I can see the dice rolls because I enjoy that. But when Chuck's rolling Ork Boys, it's just like, whatever. There's going to be a pile of dice there when he's done, and he'll tell us a number.
There's definitely some beauty to that. Have a good night, Panda.
It's an 8, 9 extra tries. There's 8 of them. And one more. All right, I hit with exactly everything I want. And your toughness 4?
Yep.
All right. So 4s, oh no, 3s, because I'm Scarboys.
Yeah, so I think he had 50 hits there. So this is a lot of dead ducks. A lot of dead ducks.
Are they T3 or T4, Falcon?
They are T4, but the
For
Scarboys. Or no,
Yeah,
the dogs
yeah,
are.
they're that's 3-5. T3, okay.
Yeah, it's the Cyber Wolves that are T4, but not.
I just am thinking about which orc horde I think is the best, and I'm trying to think about how much the exploit. You also get exploding
first
sixes
15
in combat
is-
as well. With the
There's no AP
with-
to this, right? Okay, because if there was AP, they'd just die. 3 live, and they're dead. Okay, it's easier to do it that way.
Alex points out that you guys knew when the Termagants were shooting because I got my phone out in the last game.
Just gonna start pulling dudes now.
The 90 Termagant shots that decided to take down 3 Inceptors because screw math. No one likes your math.
One of the things I've always loved about casting games is like certain players how they handle situations like this. Jim Vessel is quite hilarious because when his opponent starts rolling dice, you can see him step back and pull out his calculator on his phone, and he starts like trying to work out the exact probability of how many models he's going to lose so that he'll feel better about it when the dice get rolled. You can see like his face like start to get more and more sour if he's playing against Space Marines as the math comes through. But
This is 15 plus 2. 6
I
lives.
played Vessel's Plague Bearer list with the
One
Gene
lives.
Steele list that had 3 vultures. And the vultures just
One.
lit up Plague
Uno
Bearers.
mas.
And he kept saying, is this math? And I'm like, I don't
You
know.
don't say.
Good job, boys.
so
So it
yeah,
sounds like
Good job, Wolves. You did what you were
the wolves
supposed to.
exploded.
yeah. I think he lost 29 wolves in total. He lost 15 from one squad, 14 from another.
Yep, and then
And that was
That's-
that all from one? Was that all from one Ork Boy unit,
There we go.
or was it include the counterattack of the other Ork Boy unit?
No, I think that was just the 30
One
boys.
off of the other squad.
Okay,
That was that
because I think there's 30 boys down and then 30
Okay.
boys up is what we're seeing on the screen.
Yeah,
So
and then
these
there's 30
wolves
boys
are
hanging out
going
in
to
the back.
consolidate in. Oh,
Yeah, there's 60 boys in the back that haven't done anything yet. He's got 120 altogether.
nope. So we can go there. And then this guy's going to go here.
Yeah, that armor of rust mistake
there, and then
on
everyone
Mitch's
else
part.
really isn't going to be in combat.
Chaplin had it really, really big.
Yeah.
Big
But
here.
it's a
Like
big deal.
consolidate forward.
that puts him in a real bad spot. I mean, he's still got 30 Terminators that can come in and they're going to do work, but it definitely gives Chuck a lot of
Okay,
breathing
so
room.
1, 2,
Are all of the
3.
Terminators in Deep Strike? I didn't catch that.
Actually, I should have left him back there. Sorry.
I don't see any on the board unless they're hiding in one of the ruins. So I imagine they all are. It's about 900 points,
So,
or just shy of
7
900
dudes.
points. So
Well, an interesting thing here is if he doesn't kill Chuck hard enough, Chuck could take the entire board and make bringing those Terminators in really hard. Orcs are plenty fast enough to do that, and Green
Okay.
Tide, he can bring them in along the
Threes.
edge. I'm pretty sure. I don't think they have to be in a ball.
yeah, between
And
Green
then
Tide and
fours,
Jump, he
reroll.
can flood most of this board. Mitch will not
Oh,
have a lot
that's
of
terrible. But I'm re-rolling, so.
That-
Wow.
That's an interesting thing about
4 out of
Mantivision is
12
that
is
Deep
not
Strike is a
average.
lot harder.
But let's see what we got. Okay, there we go. Better. Better. So we've got 9 wounds.
9 wounds. I got 9 through my veins. Kill 8.
And then we've got Logan over here. So,
Oh,
He's-
yeah.
yep.
I don't know if he can do it.
So he's got, because he got, or no, he didn't actually. So 5 attacks at hitting on 2s. And he'll select himself for the person who re-rolls, I guess, because he can, yeah. So They all hit anyway. Strength 8. What's your toughness? 5. Okay, so 3s. Woo. 2 wounds.
All right, AP?
AP 3 damage. Okay.
Oh, poor Killacopter.
It did what it was
and
supposed to
then
do.
we'll have the Teeth of Terra captain
Well,
next.
Frankly, Falcon, it got slayed.
So I believe he has a total of 7 attacks.
Very punny.
And then I
I'm
buffed
very
him
pleased
with
with that.
the chaplain.
You were waiting. You were
So
100%
he's,
waiting this entire
No,
+1 to
no,
wound.
it came to
Just
me.
making
It
sure I
came to
got
me.
all that right. Sorry, guys. Okay. So 6 attacks. Oh no, because he's +1 from his space marine, it's 7. Yep. Sorry. So.
Pickles, will you please tell Chuck,
Okay.
tell Chuck
Better.
that guy got slayed?
I'm supposed to tell you that last guy got slayed.
Oh god.
What?
It got slayed.
I think you killed Chuck.
So we've got 6 saves
It's literally
with
walking away from the
AP2, 2
table.
damage each.
6 saves.
Yeah.
You can't see the disappointment in his eyes, but I could.
Oh no, he's the dad. I know how to speak to him. He appreciates a good pun.
And then his 4 mount attacks all hit. Wounding on 3s. 3 wounds, AP2.
Okay, 3.
Yep.
1, 2, 2, 3. Okay.
Okay, next up is Canis Wolfborn. So
I think
with,
on the next movement phase, Falcon, we'll give some stuff away.
Sounds good to me. I always like free stuff.
Okay. Wounds, rerolling all wounds. Okay, so 7 saves. With at AP2, 2 damage each, I believe.
Well, 7. I'll see
Yep.
if I get my kill no pains on those guys. All right. That's going to be a little rough. I'm going to lose him for sure, but I need him until later. Sorry, how many is this?
7.
7?
And then 4 more AP2.
Man.
So 11 total.
11 total?
Yep.
You're going to take this objective option. So, let's see. Good domination. 5. 6. I guess
We'll have Ork Chuck do a recap on his turn of exactly what's dead and what's left, because things are
Yeah, it's a lot
happening quickly.
these guys are
A lot of bad.
Yeah. Now, one of the things I'm excited about, Falcon, is that Gaz is probably going to get to punch something on his turn.
8, 9.
Yeah. I think he's gonna kill some wolves.
Right.
Is that what's next to him? I'm having a hard time a little bit with that.
I believe it's the it looks like it's the remaining like 15
And then can
wolves
you
from
just
the third
consolidate
unit,
the
the one
Teeth
that
of
has-
Terra guy into the...
Okay.
Yep.
It may actually be the like 1 or 2 surviving from the
well, I
other
mean,
unit.
That's not where he is.
Yeah.
It looks like Mitch is
No, he did.
intentionally
That
shoved
was
them
all
there
both of
so
them.
that
Yeah,
doesn't take
yeah.
the middle.
It would have been...
right away.
Gaz can
I don't
advance
think
in
there's
charge,
anything more I
so
can
it's
do
possible
there.
you can get something tricky.
I think
Or maybe he
that's
can't get through 'cause
everything
he's so
I've
big.
Got.
Yeah, I'm wondering.
Hey, Falcon, in a minute, we're going to do a trivia question. Could you come up with a obscure lore-based trivia question for me?
An obscure lore-based trivia question. I'm sure I can think of something.
I want some of the people. I want a few people to get it. I don't want a lot of people to get it.
So we're going to go like that.
Okay.
So you think of something, and we'll do that in a little bit.
He's going to put this them. He's going to put this right as well.
Is this your movement, Chuck?
No, he's fighting
I'm
again.
fighting again. It is a questionable choice, but I'm making work choices, so I'm going for it. You priest me here.
Yep.
Punching you here.
Yep.
This is the most important part.
It does look like Chuck's fighting twice to try and kill that captain by the sounds of things.
Sweet and gone.
5, toughness 5?
Yeah, strength.
Okay.
3.
3.
AP4.
Okay, so 4 ups. I take 2.
All right.
Okay, I believe I can swing on death.
That sounds like.
No, he cannot.
But before you do that,
If he's
No,
already
he
attacked,
cannot do it.
cannot swing on that.
Yeah, tell Pickles.
Okay.
Pickles, tell him.
you've already fought.
Yeah. Yeah.
We got that wrong last night. We literally got it wrong yesterday.
I'm not arguing.
They fixed all those, so.
I meant to do a deed of legend. Damn it.
Oh
my
no,
fault.
people are having issues submitting a bracket. I don't know how to fix that.
Punches for your other dudes.
The ancient Rylanor is the answer. This is going to be a Space Wolf or Orc related question, guys. I'm not going to go Emperor's Children.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
I would prefer an orc related question.
7
An Orc
wounds.
related question. Okay. I mean, I can give one that several people should know. I mean, they can cheat and use Google, I
And
suppose.
then T5.
T5, strength.
Well, we don't give them very long, so.
What really kicks is
Airborne, I believe you're friends with, it's hard with Nyx, but I think you're friends with Peter, and he's in charge of that, so just message him, DM him, he'll help you out. He's in charge of the challenge bracket.
No AP.
I think that I know who Airborne is.
He takes 4. 5.
Peter
He
Akey,
has 2.
not
Not Peter.
the Falcon. No.
Well,
Colissimo.
Definitely.
Blaming on somebody over here. So
I put a
No,
little
yeah,
extra,
there's one guy
a
left.
little extra sauce on that for you.
Yep.
these guys here, if they roll a 1, they do, they're going to be fine. And those guys over there.
Oh!
1, they're not. The boss is right there, though, so they're going to take 3 mortal wounds. Painboy might even put some of those back. Nope.
I rolled a
I'd
1
try a
on
different
the morale
device,
check.
Airborne.
I don't know
Like
if
your
that
phone
matters.
or a different browser on your
Cool.
computer or something.
So I'm going to lose 1, 2, 3.
We haven't had a lot of predictions for the challenge bracket, which has disappointed me. People should get in there. You're going to win a night if you get it right. The most right, I should say.
Mm-hmm.
That's worth 3. No characters yet.
Nope.
Then the ranks will count.
Yeah, later.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, so it looks like you succeeded in crippling
Where's
those
gonna
2
hurt
units.
that?
Now, one of them is going to be able to green tide. But man, the clapback, because the mistake with the Armor of Rust is really huge. Guys, if you're just tuning in, we're moving into turn 2 already,
So,
and there's already been...
I lost both of my okay. I
yours?
lost my Incursor and Infiltrator squads, and then about 29 Fenrisian Wolves.
What did Chuck lose?
Yes, thank
And he
you.
lost-
We just hadn't removed him yet. We're respecting the social distancing. Sorry. And then 1 Wolfguard Battle Leader.
So these guys, sorry, I finished writing and then he comes over here because we're going to fight you some more in a minute here.
Looks like Chuck lost the Deffkopta in 50, 45 boys.
25 boys out of 1 squad and 20 boys out of
Sorry, I want to take a break.
Oh, man.
25 boys is a painful number to lose out of a squad because that means that didn't matter.
Let's see what I do next.
But the big thing here was that mistake on the Armor of Rust. Mitch forgetting that the Chaplain had the Armor of Rust, thinking it was the battle leader, really caused him a lot of grief because in all reality, if that Chaplain had been in combat, he had all the room to do it. All
Oh,
the
my
room to
good
do it.
friend, let me introduce you to the pain
That
of
squad of
the
5 remaining would be dead. All of them would be dead.
We have
Let's
so many ways
meet
to
them while
bludgeon
Chuck
you
does
to
his
death.
moving face, Pickles.
Stalls with you.
Okay. All right. Okay, so we're going to ask you a trivia question. And actually, the Falcon's going to ask you a trivia question about orcs. You will have... Oh, let's make it fun. You're going to have 3 minutes to email me once it's asked. And you're going to email bestinfaction@gmail.com. So if you want to get your email out and you want to put in bestinfaction@gmail, you've got 3 minutes and you'll get 2 raffle tickets if you get this right. Go ahead, Falcon.
Okay, so in 40K lore, many, many moons ago, there was an orc who didn't quite fall to chaos, but essentially did. He has been given many boons by Khorne. What we're looking for is the name of that orc and exactly the name of the person/demon/monster that killed him. before all the bad things happened.
All right. 3 minutes. Email us. And then, Peter, you should probably message me privately with what it is. So I can know whether they got it right. Because I do not know. I'm not a lore expert. I'm pretty sure that the orcs are mushrooms. That's about as much as I know about lore. But let's give some stuff away. Go ahead.
I'm just saying I was trying to message you the name, but my spell check is making it real weird because it does not like this one bit. There we go. I've sent you the answer to the question there.
Excellent. Well, that's a mouthful. bestinfaction@gmail.com. Maybe Pickles could type it into the chat for you guys. While that's happening, if your name is Josh DeBoer, first of all, you're a patron of the podcast and we appreciate you. But second of all, you've won the box that lets you make whatever orc plane you want. That's what you've won. So that's pretty. Good job. We will do another gift. Go ahead.
You go ahead.
And that we're going to do another giveaway at the very start of the next game, like 10 minutes in. So you have more time to donate. We have another 20 things to give away before we get to the $500 worth of orc stuff. That's one of the prizes, and the 2,000 point Necron army that's commission painted. That's a prize. So it's a good time to donate. Type exclamation point donate.
Yeah.
With that.
The earlier you donate, the more prizes you're eligible for, and you can't go wrong. You really can't. If you're interested at all in supporting this cause, if you can, like I know there's definitely people that just can't afford.
Yeah,
but if you are interested, by all means, the earlier the better. If you're just here to enjoy the show, enjoy the show. We're having a real good time. We got two good buddies battling at it with the two drunkest armies in the game. Really, when it comes to player base, really can't go wrong.
I appreciate that you're calling them out as the two most drunken armies by player base, because that resonates with me.
I mean, I know a lot of
players are also the most. Yeah, right. I was just going to say that orc players are by far the most likely players to yell loudly during the tournament as well.
Yep. Much to my general frustration on day 2, normally.
Yeah, nobody has the patience to paint 100 boys. That's the problem, except for Chuck, I guess.
I feel you, disposable hero. Val tells me there's a real quick wash way, but I don't want to do it because I'm too into details. And I would do this method, and then I would look at the models and be like, these are disgusting, and I would end up painting them for like 200 hours anyway. It's just, I'm too slow a painter as it is, given that I have built and painted a Blood Angels and Custodes army, and I still struggle with the Custodes despite it being such a low model count. Oh, it looks like Art of War 40K Down Under's in the chat. I'm hoping that's Adam and not Diffie, because I hate Diffie.
I was just wondering, when someone cacaws at you, what is proper etiquette? Do you have to cacaw back?
Usually I do, but with my voice being the way it is, I guarantee my voice will crack and everyone will make fun of me. It's just a whole thing.
Cacaw! Do you feel better?
I do. It is Diff. Oh, poor boy. I do really love you, Diff. You do good things. Oh, it looks like...
There's that green tide right behind him, just like I thought.
Yeah.
Oh, and not only that, but he's doing exactly what I thought he was going to do.
Yeah.
This is the super spread out green tide to stop any deep striking of Terminators back there.
He confirmed that is green tide happening.
The best way... Yeah, right. That's the best way. What's the best way to transport an army to and from events? If it is a local event you're driving to, I like to buy, you can go to like a card store and you can buy one of those 5,000 count cardboard boxes. I put everybody in. I take GW boxes that product came in, and I fill it in with that, and then I put everybody in there, and that works really, really well and is super easy. If you have to fly, I love I believe it's the Crusader case is the one that I have from GW. It's a hard case with foam inserts, and the foam is so well layered that you can cut it and make your stuff fit, but all the foam kind of pushes in like 10 to 15%, just enough to keep everything very tight. I've taken an entire, like mostly kit-bashed Yanari army all over the country in one of those, and almost no breakage. Big fan of that. It's $100, I think, something like that. It's not inexpensive, but it will never die. It is very hard plastic. It's super sturdy. How do you transport, Mr. Falcon?
I use battle foam. I have like probably 8 battle foam cases now, just because I never stop. The 420 case is kind of perfect for overheads, as well as the what's the number, 300 and something, the one that they built specifically for airplanes. Both are really good. The 420 is a little bit bigger, but I've never had a problem getting it onto an aircraft. If I'm running like gigantic models and I don't have the custom foam for them, I have in the past just like put them in a shoebox with some foam and taken them as a carry-on, and just given really like nasty eyes at people when they were questionable about it. So
I will say that for ATC, Michael Timpey flew with a Tesseract Bolt just in his lap, which sounds very inconvenient to me, but people do ask questions. Hey, Pickles, who's the stream host of the other stream right now?
I believe that's Paul.
Okay.
Paul.
Okay, thank you. I want to trivia them.
Disposable Hero, I do run a Blood Angel army that I travel with like across Canada, west coast to east coast, and I do use like a Battle Foam 420. I got a custom Blood Angel kit for it, and it works perfect. I've maybe had a banner break once, but in general, I've never had an issue. And to Colin's point, the Crusade cases, I do still own one of the like originals, and also a very high quality case. So like he is not wrong. All of those choices are very good, and Crusade is much cheaper.
Right,
there's also the big ones that with the
finished it.
Yeah, let us hear him.
It's over already. He killed Canis and some other things, I think.
He killed Canis?
Let's see here. The green one is going to charge is 2. Oh, it's on us?
Which one? Oh, the gray is charging this unit here?
Yeah, is this
Okay,
2 units?
that's one unit. It's just
Ken Lors got the trivia
No, there's
question
one
correct.
guy. That guy is on his own.
Oh, okay. He's the individual.
Yep.
All right, so I'm actually going to shoot him with big shooters.
Cool.
I'm going to see what it's all by himself. I don't get that many shots. Get another try. 3 aims. 3s. 2. No AP.
Cocked. Dead.
All right, so I did. I killed Canis with Gaz shooting, and then that guy picks up
Wolf.
the single wolf that was part of the squad.
Yep.
And then these guys are going to charge into them,
Yep.
and these guys fell back. So that's it.
Okay.
Here they come.
I'm gonna heroically intervene.
Chat, I'll give you the answer to the Canis question, to the trivia question. It's this round of combat's done.
All right.
A lot of people got the question correct, for those that are wondering.
It's a very Googleable question. So if you were right at your computer, which most of these people probably are, or their phone, shouldn't have been too difficult. I was hoping to make them at least answer.
At least paying attention. I'll make it more obscure. I'll make it stuff that's like about Chuck. That's what all the trivia. The rest of the trivia will be Chuck-related questions. That's from us on our Discord. We like to. We regularly laugh about the Saturday Night Live skit where they're interviewing a centaur to be the head of surgery for a hospital, and halfway through, Christopher Walken says, "The rest of the interview is going to be centaur questions." I didn't try very hard to do a Christopher Walken there, so please no one judge me. I gave it like 10% effort. I paused in weird places. That's like the first step. And yes, the answer is Tuska, Demon Killa, and the Blood Prince.
Yep. steal the objective.
Yep. He's just battling forever in front of the brass citadel. To be fair, when Tuska died, he did use his dying breath to cut off the Blood Prince's leg, which is pretty badass.
I don't. Can you message Paul Winters the question, Peter? Because that'll be easier than me trying to remember the wording.
I'll start with the gray ones.
Yep.
It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
Sure. Dice up time. Ork problems, guys.
Base 2,
Ork problems.
Gaz, Boyz.
I would have liked it if you'd used
13.
a little more cowbell.
Mitch losing Canis to Gaz shooting is a really big deal. I don't.
Gaz's shooting's a little bit low-key crazy.
Yep.
It's kind of funny because, like, I think it's 12 shots, and they're decent shots. It's just that he hits on 5s, but he has Deka, so you can, while in average it's not going to do very much, when it does spike, it does a lot. And that's something people don't think about when they're constantly thinking about average output. Some weapons just go nothing, lots. Nothing, lots. And that's useful too. I can't think of another great example of that. The Relic Shock Attack Gun was a great example of that.
Sure.
The custom Stompa I play against like once a week is 100% that. It either like wipes out your entire army or it kills like a single insect.
Poof. They're gone. Okay. Few mistakes I made, guys. First of all, I needed to have done a more effective job of blocking off this objective, so they could have they had to charge into me and gain less movement, but that was on me.
You want this guy
Yep.
here?
Yeah, I just saw him.
I'm just going to use the rest of that to block this guy. These guys activate. I'm actually going to do 0 with them. I'm just going to put these 3 on it. And call it good. You get to
Yep.
bunch over here, sir.
Okay. 5 attacks, hitting on 2s. All hit. Wounding on 3s. All wound. AP 2.
How many?
5. 2 damage.
3, 5. So the noble swing back.
Just to make sure we know what's happening, I believe this is Chuck's combat phase at top of 2.
That's it.
Or did Mitch go already?
1, AP 4.
No, Mitch has not moved yet.
Take it.
Okay.
And the Boyz is you. Oh, it's 2 damage.
Yep.
I know because the sleigh hasn't moved.
Nothing else.
Okay.
Those guys lost 5. Need to roll 1 or 2 to keep them around. Got 6, so 1's going to leave. And then they're both gone.
So where can Mitch put some boys here? It looks like Chuck deep struck the Kommandos at that top right-hand corner. He's got that big blob of 30 boys that green tied it into the bottom right. There's.
I think that they can go where the sleigh. I think they can go where the sleigh is.
Yeah, and maybe the top left. I don't know if there's boys in the ruin there, but maybe he's got enough room to dump a small squad. I can't be sure.
Is that your doggo we hear now?
You might have heard him earlier. He was biting me, which was super fun, but he's gone. He's taking a nap.
I thought I heard some doggo snoring. Maybe it's my dog. It looks like there's a guy in the corner of that
Philistine, and I can have
upper left hand. So it's unclear if 9 inches will let
quality acrylic
be over there.
Yeah. So I can just check so easily and conveniently of where I can deploy this little thin line of dudes. Hopefully. Yeah, okay, I'm good there.
It looks like the people from the other stream aren't as smart as the people from this stream.
It makes sense.
But
it's the weaker stream.
I'm calling them out.
Nope. So we're just going to be cloistered
It's significantly less Falcon.
Right up on every level of this so that I can fit in this tiny little hole
Oh man.
and make it work.
So today I
Do Space Wolves
Yep.
have a good way to get a
You
charge
should
out
feel
of Deep
good.
Strike?
Nope, that's
Falcon?
not good enough. It'll have to be up there.
Other than that
And
chaplain,
now we're talking.
no.
Okay.
So like he'll get plus 2 inches from the chaplain if he
gotta
gets off the litany.
tuck them
And that's
up in a
probably
little
what he's
more,
gonna
but
have to
you get the idea. I can, yeah.
Well, he
the
should have
intent
already
is
done
there.
the litany.
And yeah, we're good there.
He may have.
Yeah, that one. This guy needs to be.
There's a Blood Angels related question, which is not as good as the Centaur
Nope,
question,
okay.
but you might want to answer it anyways.
So.
Dystopian Hero, I would run
Terminator.
the
If I
latter
have to, can you
if
tell
you
me if
have to
I'm
pick between
clear in
those
there?
two. The Sanguinary Ancient with Wrath of Baal is amazing in a jump pack
Nope.
list. And a Librarian, if you
Could go
don't
up here.
take Sanguinary
Okay.
Discipline, if you take the Astartes Discipline
Okay.
for
Four.
the 5-up invuln and bubble and null zone, it's pretty spicy. If you have the relic point, the command points for an extra relic, and you
then
take the
are these
tome
on
on
the
that
bottom
guy,
floor?
you can
Okay.
then give him Wings of Quinius, and you now have a little missile to shut
don't
off
really have
invulnerable
a
saves in a
choice.
bubble if you really need it.
You've done a great
But
job of
otherwise,
board control. I
it's
applaud you.
I do like
Not
the
gonna act like that's
Judiciar
not the case.
with the 6-inch heroic intervene though, so he's not a terrible option. I just don't like Mephiston
Yeah.
right now.
And I really needed to have one Terminator squad on the ground to act as an anchor.
This is one of the things I find really interesting because the difference of going first and second is huge here. Mm-hmm. Because if you'd gone first, I wouldn't have gotten this deep into it.
No. That and that's the thing is like it is what it is. I can't really change that.
Yep.
I just got to kind of roll with it.
I would say that
I can go over here.
there's an inexperience of ninth thing here. Something that that Chuck and I have
Is there
discovered
room
is
over there for me
deep
to deploy along
striking's
the
not
board
as
at all?
good for your stuff
I
that
don't
wants to
think
do
so, but-
damage.
Nope.
If it's an important
Okay,
tool
just
that's
wanted to
going to
make
do
sure.
work for your army, then
Yeah.
you basically want it to be on the
I
table
don't think that that's a good move though.
Yeah.
from the beginning. With plasma inceptors, for
Yeah,
example,
this is-
it's tempting to deep
This
strike
is the
them, but
better
they're so
move.
fast.
It's just not great.
You get to shoot them an additional turn sometimes if you just put them on the board.
Oh yeah, for sure.
These Terminators have 2-up saves. I think they should have been in front of the rest of the army.
Okay. Mechanicals.
Yep, I agree. I
point.
think I would have put one Terminator squad into Deep Strike just because
Mechanicals
he
plus-
has
Sure.
or
Good.
29.
The first charge
excuse
and
me,
then
but
the exhortation of rage.
putting all three was
Don't really
probably
have.
not.
We'll put it on these guys. Goes off.
So those mechanicals, if they happen to begin your turn, you can actually put them on the guys who come down.
Oh, is the command phase first?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry.
For operations wise.
Okay, well,
He
so
could
they,
use-
they don't get
But
that, but
it's
the
an
plus
aura.
2 goes off.
It's an aura, though.
Yeah,
Pickles
yeah,
tell them it's
that's
an aura.
Oh, and then, yeah, no,
We got it.
we're good there.
Okay, it still works.
Yeah, and I'm just moving
Still
the
works,
other
you just-
stuff now because fitting this shit was the hard part, as it were. And he'll move.
I'm sorry, I just feel such a need to help, Falcon. It's hard.
with them.
I know. And Disposable Hero,
'cause
Bridger and I are
I
very,
guess I could take him,
I would say,
this way.
mostly in tune with
Not
how Blood
there.
Angels list should look.
but I don't know
Ryan
that I can
Poland,
really
he
fit
doesn't
through
like
here.
Dante, and that
No,
guy,
He's a
I
stupid
shake my
chariot.
fist at that. Dante's amazing.
No, I don't think he'll fit. So
Your
that-
fellow
he's going
Canadian
there.
betraying you.
That makes sense.
I think he is going to be
Pretty
putting him in a
much.
tournament here soon.
Or
But,
but he'll do this.
I
to
think he
leave
did it
a-
progression.
some sort of charge corridor. So if I can roll a 9 or better.
Harlequin's list is
It's
top
probably
tier.
10,
I don't know what that.
I don't know if you can make
Oh,
him
Harley
into your Harley.
I don't really have any shooting to do because that's not really what my army does.
Yep.
So,
You're one gun in combat.
yep. Well, he has a gun, but whatever.
Okay.
I'm not going to make my charge harder. So we're going to charge here with a +2 re-rolling to charge from our Wolfenstone. So
The GSC
we should
player in me
need
knows that this does not work.
Well, for the bottom guys, a 7.
A 7-inch rerollable is not good
Re-rolling
enough.
to charge.
No?
No, that was a 1 and a 3 and a 1 and a 1, guys.
There,
So
there
that's
you
not
go.
happening.
That's
Um,
And
If it had been an
so
8 inch,
we'll
that is the-
charge these guys into those
that is
guys.
the
'cause
example
why
of
not?
why I stopped playing Jinx Killa Cult.
Nope. Charge here because that's pretty much guaranteed. Oh, of course you get super high number. Screw you, Logan. Yeah, there we go.
Then you can try. Is there a charge right there?
Yep.
Oh,
that's
I got
another
it.
9-inch.
Didn't see the message originally. Thank you, though.
And a 10.
Oh,
They
one
make
of the
it.
squads gets it. That's good.
Do.
If all three had failed, it would have been bad news.
And these are all lightning claw.
So we have
Yep,
basically
lightning claw storm
Terminators
shields.
on every flank
So
now.
we get the idea. They're kind of in this area.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm
We
not
got
gonna
one in
super finicky.
you got a squad in the top left, top right, and bottom right.
Yeah.
Only the top
Those
left
guys.
charge.
Those guys failed to
Yep.
charge. Those guys failed to charge. That guy's already in combat. That's really all
I don't
I've
think it's
got,
that bad
gentlemen.
of a big deal that they failed. I mean, I think the top
So,
one charge would have been
Over
nice
here,
so that he could.
let's start with. I mean, I guess this the people who made their actual charge. I'm not really worried about this right here going into Logan, so I'm going to go over there. So.
Colin, I'm just going to step away for 2 seconds and get a little bit of tea so my voice doesn't completely leave me here. I'll be right back.
Sure, go for it, man. I don't know. Yeah, I'll be here by myself with pickles.
Yeah.
30 attacks hitting on twos.
Pickles, that
Oh,
command chair is
I'm
pretty
gonna,
comfortable. Pretty good setup, don't you think?
I will give them the
Yeah,
plus
it's
1 to
fine.
wound
Much better than
strap.
the other one.
So that's another CP off my thing. But. Cocked. There we go.
Lots of punching.
Hitting on 2. Oh. Yeah, that doesn't matter right now. Okay. And then wounding on 3s, re-rolling.
Ooh, I like that.
Oof.
When you're on 3s, we're rolling. That's spicy.
So that is 27.
Oh, 'cause they have
wounds
lightning
for
claws.
AP 2.
So this is the point in the game. When you play against Orks, Green Tide is really intimidating. But just presume in your brain that Green Tide is just another 30 boys. Just presume that they have another 30 boys as you're thinking through the matchup and you're watching you attrit their resources. Because especially right now, Green Tide's very hard to stop because there are so many morale shenanigans where they can purposely fail morale to drop a unit below half to Green Tide. So presume that Green Tide's going to happen. Okay, and then when it does, start counting. That 27 boys that just died is a big deal
Well, that's what
because
the
he doesn't have Green
Terminators
Tide
are
anymore.
hopefully are as
That
walls.
basically kills that. That
the
basically
boys.
eliminates that unit from the game.
Okay, and we'll consolidate. Oh, sorry.
And Chuck doesn't have great answers to those Terminators except for Gaz.
Okay.
The question is what's the best units to take care of hordes for
level.
Marines? Well, my favorite
there.
is 10 Vanguard
the
vets
idea.
with lightning claws, 40 attack, hitting on 3s, re-rolling wounds, AP2, shred them.
Okay.
But Plasma Inceptors also
And
get
then-
30 shots against a unit of 6 or bigger. 5 of them
Consolidate
will
4,
shoot
but I don't think
30
that will get
times.
them into combat still.
Just intercessors with auto bolt rifles is 3 shots apiece. Marines actually have a
No.
lot of shots.
No, it won't. So he
To
won't
help the
consolidate
hordes.
anything. He'll stay on the objective. 'Cause
Falcon's not back yet, I don't
What you
think.
gonna
So I
do?
don't know.
Oh, I'm back. I'm
the way it
back.
goes,
Okay.
that guy over there.
What
will
are some
swing
other Marine things that kill hordes?
Armor of Russ?
I think you named the big ones. I
Leviathan?
kind of came
on
in.
his
Yeah,
turn.
Leviathan can if you're taking him. Although a lot of people have moved away from double storm
His
cannon,
last
they like to
turn
give
on
them at
this
least
earth,
one big
so.
punchy fist. Assault intercessors, like you
hit,
said,
4 hits.
really good at killing hordes.
4 wounds.
Inceptors, which everybody runs. Vanguard veterans. Once you run those 3 units, you don't really need anything else. That'll generally deal with most stuff because you're
Nope.
close combat. You generally have enough attacks to deal with stuff anyway. I know that Thomas Bird is really big on assault Hellblasters, which I think is lunacy for their points, but they do get a lot of shots in high AP, so if you really need them to, they can pick off other things other than hordes, but they do work in both ways. That's more of an ultramarine thing, though.
The question there was that Vanguard Tactics was talking about
Not for this
aggressors
time,
recently.
last
How do I
time.
feel about them with white scars?
Yep.
I don't personally value aggressors that much. I haven't played them in 9th edition though. I just don't think that they provide anything white scars are looking for.
Yeah.
So that'd be my basic opinion. Like they're not bad. Do they have AP? They don't have AP, right?
No, they'll be AP. If they're the bolter ones, they're AP1 in tactical. Otherwise,
Okay.
yeah, no, they don't do anything. Salamanders can still do a lot of things with aggressors, particularly flamestorm aggressors. But I don't think white scars need them. I think you'd only go to aggressors if Vanguard vets and basically all those other units we've talked about took a huge hit in points, which we really haven't seen.
Slow you down from getting
But like five flamestorm aggressors with salamanders still do
So
work,
while he's
especially if you
thinking about that, are we
sergeant.
on right now? What I should have done is I should have deployed one Terminator unit in the back instead of deep striking it and used it to hold my backfield, because anything Chuck could redeploy back there was going to get eaten up by Terminators. That would have been a smarter play on my part.
Pickles, will you ask Mitch what about putting a unit of Terminators in front of his army?
What about putting a unit in front of all of us?
Putting a unit in front has its purposes as well, but it really gets in the way of the Fenrisian Wolf Rush, which is its own thing because you get the roll 3d6, take the 2 highest, and reroll wounds on a specific target. So the idea is to throw that forward and claim as much ground as possible. Because I went second, that's not really like Chuck was able to really push out and get deep into me, so it doesn't work that way. Which is why that back end anchor of Terminators means that I could throw more forces forward and just have kept any options that Chuck had available to him for handling my back lines kind of in check, and I could have just scooted forward in a more strategic and more spread out manner.
Mm-hmm.
False start. Everybody back in the truck.
Run away!
Gaz killed him again. That guy's such a
Now, where we're at in the game right now, this is something that Chuck is really, really, really exceptional at. Chuck is really good at seeing the middle game state and identifying what he has left to get done. My struggle at this point in the game is that I would be looking at those Terminators trying to kill them. But Chuck doesn't necessarily need to. I know we don't see a lot of points yet because they've only been through 2, and the real scoring starts in 3 and 4 typically.
6 inches as a strap.
Chuck knows in his head right now what he needs to do, I promise.
And it's only on the strap?
Yeah.
The strap.
But then it's 3 inches for everyone else.
Okay. Always?
Yeah.
Or just the strap?
Nope. Always.
Nice. And you don't have anything else in reserve?
Nope.
Go.
I would like Gaz to smash something, though. That's where I'm coming from. I don't even really care if it's strategically viable. I just want him to hit something.
It just feels
But
good.
I don't think he's going to this turn. It looks. I'm not entirely sure.
But yeah, I basically.
I don't
ended up
know
with
what
one
Chuck is
Terminator
thinking
squad
at the
out of
moment.
Position this squad over here.
I
because
think he's
they
doing what
would
we
have
kind of
been better
talked
served
about at
being
the
on the
beginning of the
board.
game, which is just be places that Mitch isn't with, because the Terminators at the top, they're not really going anywhere. They might be able to take off the Kommandos, which Chuck wouldn't care about at this point. They've done what they need to do. The ones in the top left, he's moving away from them for the same purpose. I mean, they only move 5, and then they have to charge, so he can just run away. It's really about controlling this bottom right for Chuck, I think, and just starting to score these primary points before Mitch can close in.
Good morning to Germany.
Good
Guten Tag?
morning,
Or is that Scandinavian, more Norwegian? I don't know.
Katie and Warlord. Oh, I love you guys. I recognize that name.
And then who won the trivia question? Like 7 people. So,
You
the
made it
person
sound
who-
like it was 50. I was so disappointed.
well, there's only 43 people watching, so if it had been 50, that would have been really disappointing. A bunch of people, hey friends, quick, email this to this person. Kim Lors got it the fastest, and I'm a huge Kim Lors fan, so I'll shout him out. He's a member of our patron group, and he's a good dude. I like him better than that.
5 out of 7. I give him a 5 out of 7. If I had to rate him,
Now, is that 5 out of 7 Canadian, or is that?
I'm curious about something.
I'm confused. Like, it's like when I go to Canada and I have to buy gas with Canadian dollars and in liters. I can't do 2 conversions. That's not.
Sorry.
I'm good at math in my head, but I'm not going to convert twice. I'm just going to pay whatever.
It was more of a curiosity question, and it might come up next turn. There's nothing here, like it's basically on the edge, and so that this isn't even a usable space. No. Yep.
These guys will just condense themselves.
So are these crates at the top impassable terrain? Is that what they're saying? Is that why those Terminators can't just like Kool-Aid in through them?
There's not enough room on the outside, I don't think, either.
Okay.
To pass from the inside.
No.
I just was more curious if he was going to Kool-Aid man around or whatever.
Or not, but there's not now.
Metric system's a beautiful thing. Base 10. I don't know why the Americans are so stringent on this like base. I don't know what it is anymore. 6.32 or whatever, depending on the.
There's a from the 80s. There's a great Dan Aykroyd Saturday Night Live thing where he's he's pretending to be from the government, pitching our move to the metric system, and he talks about moving the alphabet to being 10 based. And he combines a bunch of letters together, like E and F is one letter, and so he's like, so the word eagle becomes a figlef. Anyways, you'll find it on YouTube. It's hysterical. I have no issues with the metric system. It does in fact make more sense than our system, but I am an American, which means there's a certain amount of xenophobic hatred that's required of me to live here. So I have to make fun of other countries like Canada.
Cadian Ranger brings up a good point about the quarter pounder with cheese. There's that famous story where I believe it was Burger King decided to come out with a 3rd pounder to fight the quarter pounder. And the U.S. populace thought it was less meat than a quarter pounder, so they wouldn't buy it.
Yep.
So I feel it.
I have a lot of jokes I can make about that, and all of them break the rules of what I said we could talk about. So, like all of them, it just breaks all the rules.
Over here, then you guys are gonna land.
When before we started, Danny McDevitt and John Connell from Jean Quenel from Mob Rules had asked me for some advice on commentating, and I just gave them a list of things not to say, and I can't say any of them on air. So
that's the George Carlin skit, right?
Yep, I was like, you know, be yourselves. Everybody.
7 things. Here they are.
But here's a list of things I would never say because people don't like it.
Did you say anything about Fraser?
No, they can go to town.
I take a psychic test.
Oh.
And he passed his mental interrogation, getting them secondary points.
I think I was going to be using him much in this game. So it's a good way to blow up.
Yep.
Oh, I think Gaz is going to charge some Terminators. I think that's what's going on.
Yep.
Gaz is just going to shoot those.
And I suspect that's going to go great for him because even if he doesn't kill them,
so 2
he's
up.
only going to take 4 wounds from them. And because Mitch doesn't have... Gaz presents an interesting challenge where the other opponent's army needs to be balanced. It needs to have psychic and shooting and punching. It needs to mix it up in order to really kill Gaz effectively.
All good.
All right. Well, we proved it. Shooting's worthless.
Yep. This is a combat game.
I guess Gaz shot and didn't do anything.
Why not? 1 extra shot. 2 hits. That adds up to 4. Does that count for something?
Nope. He's T5.
Well, this is straight.
Oh, got it.
All right.
An interesting thing Chuck shared last night is he had moved away from Orks because he got tired of playing Horde.
I'll overwatch
But
with my
it turns
claws.
out he just was tired of playing with Grots.
7's going to do it.
Yep.
It was the 60 to 90 Grots all the Ork lists were taking that actually broke his back, not the Boyz.
Oh yeah, I can see it. At LVO last year, I remember watching Anthony Birdsong play his Ork Horde that he did really well with. He beat like 5 Marine players. He went 5-1. It was obscene because he had like 3 shock attack guns and then everything else was Grots and Ork boys. And that guy already has a bad back. So I think by the end of the event, he just couldn't walk because it was so absurd. Like he was just like laying in his chair the rest of the event.
So I'm going to 4 up. AP 4 up invo. I make 3 and take 1.
Alright, 3 damage.
3 damage. That's a Terminator gone.
I'll whack one.
Boop.
Oh, guys,
Consolidating.
bonks a guy in the head.
Do their thing. Yeah. And then these guys.
And these guys are going to have, 45 attacks back.
Yeah, this guy right here.
Hitting on 2s
He's there now.
with full wound rerolls.
They're
So
going to do. They will do 4 damage.
21 attack.
I believe they'll do 4 damage. Maybe not, but they probably should.
So Gaz only killed. I couldn't see. He only killed 1 Terminator.
Yeah.
And do you have like
only got
-1 to wound or anything weird like that? You just
Well,
can only
that's
take
lame.
4 wounds, right? Yep. Okay. 4 misses.
I like it because it's like a defensible way to tell you. Like,
Yep.
to remind you when it's doing.
Yep. No, I like that too. So toughness. I mean, I'm wounding you on 5. No, I'm sure, but okay. Oh, damn it. Okay. Sorry. A couple extra attacks because we're now at the point where I'm generating extra attacks. Cool. There we go. Yep. And then those ones go in there. Okay. So take out all of these. Sorry. It was
Thank you,
an abysmal
Canadian
wound roll
Ranger.
the first go around.
If I'm not mistaken, Cadian Ranger is part of the target priority group in Germany. I could be wrong. He may just be
12.
target priority adjacent, but they're just an awesome podcast. They do streams like this as well.
Cool.
Just a bunch of cool guys. I've definitely seen him around when I kind of dip into the foreign scene. So really awesome to see him in here.
Yeah, I appreciate the kind words. I know one phrase in German. Should I share it?
No. Go ahead.
It's clean. So my favorite TV show as a kid was the A-Team. Did you enjoy the A-Team, the Falcon?
Of course I did. Who didn't?
Okay. So that naturally,
you, sir.
he would always say, "I love it when a plan comes together," which is a great phrase. I had a wave on my computer of it in German, and I will attempt to say it now, but I don't speak German, so I'll probably get it horribly wrong, and that's why this is fun for Cadian Ranger. But it was like, "Ich liebe ohne Plan funktioniert." It was like that. It sounded like that. And I was just so thrilled to know what "I love it when a plan comes together" in German is. It made my teenage years on the internet. It was very exciting.
I'm going to tell you right now, this is probably one of those Chinese tattoo situations where you said something very different.
Okay.
But
That's
which is
fine.
what
I'm cool with that.
The first canonical
I
is
hope it
plus
involved a
2.
giraffe.
Does not go off. Do I get to reroll that with my Warlord trait and all that good stuff? I'm pretty sure I do. Yeah. It's fine. It doesn't go off anyway. I roll 2 ones. Second one does go off. Exhortation of Rage on the Terminators. Yeah, they're much more killy.
Alright. Extra killing.
Yup.
Talking that question's for you.
That's really sad. I wanted
what are the coolest models to make company veterans
He's
out
doing his
of?
gig. Like,
I've made
only
all
thing
my
I could
company
really do is,
veterans
like,
out of
rotate
Watch
around
veterans
but
with just swapped
I
out
assume you would
the
have based
shoulder
me.
pads.
yeah, I
It's pretty
assume
easy to
that.
do, and they come with a lot of weapon options if you buy into the Deathwatch kits.
no matter what.
I'm disappointed that we don't have a review from Cadian Ranger yet about how badly I did on my German phrase. Yeah, thank you. The Australians got my back. When we were putting together the commentators, we tried to. At one point, I tried to get Ennis and Adam Camilleri on a stream together because I thought Scotland and Australia commentating on a game in Western Washington
There's the other guys.
sounds
They're all
great.
stuffed in there. I'm like, there's
All
more
around
of
the
them.
world.
I swear. There better be. There we go. Okay.
So those Terminators are moving mid-board.
And then
Yep, he's doing the right thing. Just ignore that big blob of boys because they're not going to do anything in that corner except get engage points. So better to start getting primary.
It looks like the truck is in the way of this charge. It looks like the truck is there, or is that something else?
Yeah,
Like
that's a
right in
truck.
front of him, between the building and the wall. Yeah.
Yeah, that's a truck.
These
I believe it's
guys
got
are going to-
a small squad of Kommandos inside it, I want to say.
for the moment.
Or maybe the remaining boys
I've
from one of
lost track of the Meganobz.
Oh, you know what? I bet that's what's actually in it is the Meganobz because Chuck had taken them out to deal with
That's kind of interesting.
the I believe it was the Wolf Guard battle leader, and then he just died to shooting, so they jumped back in.
Hey, Chuck, what's in the truck?
Cadian Ranger says he did not hear my German and that there are concerning sounds, which is not great. But I think it's something like "Ich liebe ohne Plan funktioniert." Something like that. It's been a long
Yep,
time since I
the
heard
only
it. so.
shooting profiles in my list. It's important.
It's like,
I think he's pulling your
Well,
chain, Colin. I think he's pulling that chain.
No,
Actually,
it's
these guys
fine.
should advance. I don't know why they wouldn't.
playful.
That's silly. They're not. Well, actually, no. They were going to try and charge. That's why. Duh. Sorry.
Oh, why is there
I am-
static?
I was thinking about these guys. They did, which did advance, but yeah, they've got a pretty decent charge chance there, with a reroll. So he's got that. So he actually can move closer. So he'll be there, and then he'll shoot into there. 4 shots. Three wounds.
The emoji laughing while crying
No.
emoji is always what
They're
you want to
bolters.
see after you try to speak another language.
Yeah, 100%.
Cool. And then the Primaris Chaplain on bike, he's got his twin bolt rifle, so 4 shots, AP1 into these guys.
okay.
All hit. 3 wounds.
51?
Yep.
Alright, they are Kommandos, so they'll get a bit of a save. One of them will live. One of them saves. Take the guys who are already covered.
Cap. And that's all my shooting. Oh, it's such a hilariously small amount of shooting. I think the Reaver captain has a pistol, but whatever. It's not worth it. So
I think it's a
these
heavy
guys
pistol.
are going to charge the truck. These guys are going to charge the Kommandos. This guy's going to charge that guy.
And the advancing track?
These guys didn't advance. Though. Oh, did they advance?
You said they did.
I thought they only moved 5. Oh. If I did, then they can't. Never mind. That's fine. They own that. They're fine. These guys are charging. That guy's charging. This guy's charging.
Yep. I got an overall.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah, and
So,
you get charged.
Terminators.
You get charged, and you get charged.
9. That'll do it.
Alright, I assume you just might get all up around it?
Yeah,
on the
but
objective?
yeah, but stay on the objective.
Yeah. So we can go.
Once this is done, Pickles, if we can get some point updates on the screen for everybody, I'd like to see like just how disparate things are right
And
now.
then he auto makes
We
his charge.
we do the
because he's
score
trying to get
updates
off
at the end of
objective.
the round,
then
and this is
he's
bottom
got-
of 3, so we should get a big
Yeah,
score
he makes
update
it. Shocker.
here in a minute.
I know
big
it's the
thing is
scour
that Mitch got-
usually, but
and
yeah,
Mitch
sorry.
got skunked on the second turn for primary as well.
First off, we'll do
That's what I was told in
mean,
round 2. So.
this guy. Why not?
Yeah. For those that are just joining us, basically the
Four hits.
Faithfuls and the Orks smash
3
into each other,
wounds.
and the rest of the game has been some circular movement around in circles trying to.
I don't
pick up-
really think we need to roll for this guy, but we can.
Yeah, there was one really kind of big misplay from Mitch. We kind of talked about his deployment and what he should have done with his Terminators, but in the first round, Mitch charged all of his wolves into
Okay.
the Ork front.
I mean, I
that,
reroll
Chuck
wounds anyway. It's more of he gave. Yeah,
Where
they already have the
he was
exhortation of rage. They have plus 1
because
to
of
wound.
that,
and all that
Chuck
good
was able
stuff,
to intervene when Mitch didn't think he was going to be able to, and wiped out almost 30 of the wolves
15.
before they could really do anything. And that was a real big swing in Chuck's favor, and Mitch has been just trying to kind of claw things back since. And now Chuck has kind of moved to a board control situation since really all Mitch has left is Terminators, and Ork boys don't kill Terminators very well.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 extra attacks, which is more than I missed. It's always a good feeling.
But Chaos does. Hits more than it swings. My favorite.
Because we're in the 3rd turn. And then what's your toughness?
6.
6, so I'm wounding you. I was wounding you on 5s, now I'm wounding you on 4s. Reroll.
Well, if you're just joining us, we're doing this for cancer.
2, 4, 6,
Well,
8,
not
10,
for
12,
cancer,
14,
really against
16,
cancer.
18, 20, 22, 24, 25.
25
We'll
wounds?
update you
Yep,
during the
AP
next movement.
3 now.
Tell you all about what we're doing.
Now I gotta decide if I can.
So it looks like Chuck spending CP to emergency disembark onto the objective.
2 on the objective.
Oh, that's clever.
And
He's
they're
measuring to see
offset right now because of this guy.
Oh, then it's
Yeah. Just to
So
let you know.
he's scrubbing that point because of that. The Reaver Lieutenant's back there giving them obsec, so it's really not worth it to put them on the objective. But that's a spicy play.
I gotta make that legal. Give me a second.
Yeah, no, I know. Do you need to roll for explodes as well?
Yeah. So they're not gonna actually. I didn't put this close enough. So I'm on this one.
Thanks, Katie and Ranger. I appreciate that.
So I'm gonna spend a CP. And they're gonna emergency disembark. So they get out 6. But they might die. Important part is I do this.
Yeah, Chuck doesn't want to roll any ones here. It would be bad news bears. 2 is also not super good, as every Meganobz
Does it blow?
will real suck if they lose him.
And do I lose any dudes?
2.
Ooh,
And I will place this properly.
so the truck blew. The truck was destroyed. Chuck chose to emergency disembark to try to steal that middle objective from Mitch. Lost 2 Meganobz in the process, but it should pull him away because I believe Mitch just has a chaplain on that objective.
Get extra movement.
I've actually painted Sanguinary Guard. I can relate to that.
Just debating whether or not I can get in to consolidate into that.
I have painted 30 Sanguinary Guard, and it's my favorite. One of my favorite models to paint, actually.
Gotcha.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah,
And they
It's
wear
one of
the
those
gold
guys
really
have-
well.
they
For
do.
their-
It's one of those older sculpts that has enough detail.
Well, I just
And it just holds up so
Yeah.
well.
So they are, they're what I've been hitting you with. Is a strength 10, AP 4, 2 damage.
2 damage. Okay.
Yeah, that 2 damage is a little less impactful on the end. For meters. Oh, I can spend a CP to make it 3 though.
Okay. Well, I'll just leave it be for now. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
relevant.
don't pile into them. I only see 3 Meganobz.
Yeah, he lost 2 to the
I
emergency
think that's
disembark. He rolled
everything.
2
Oh no,
ones.
we've got to do the gas fight.
Oh, yeah. Ghazghkull first.
Yep.
That sucks.
Because I can't interrupt or anything. There's nothing I can do. You go. Yeah.
It's also not really
Yep.
worth it. The more damage you do, the more attacks I get. You don't want to go first. 1-6. There we go. And here's 5.
5 4-ups.
Yeah.
Okay. Woo. How much damage each?
3.
Okay. 4 dudes go away.
Oof.
Oh, much better.
Cool.
Yep.
Gaz will win. I now believe that Gaz will win
And
that
then they'll
fight.
swing back.
When
Yep.
when you watch
And,
when you watch
+1
poker,
to
the
wound.
percentages change.
4? Oh, yeah.
That was a big spike. Now it's like 95% in Gaz's favor.
Yep. Apex, this is Space Wolves into Orks.
And if you type exclamation
Oh,
point list, you'll get the list.
2 6s in there, so those just come back. And toughness. There we go. Okay.
Good night,
2,
RPG.
Good night,
4,
the
6,
RPG
8,
luminary.
12 wounds.
Little do you guys know that we don't stop. I'm not personally going to watch the 3 a.m. to 6 a.m. game, but there will be one.
Pickles, how many wounds does Gaz have left? Is he down to 4? Is he sitting at, what's he sitting at there?
How many wounds does Gaz have left?
4. Taking 2 rounds of 4 damage.
4 is correct.
That must mean he's already been fought this turn.
Yep. They even with only like 5 guys left on that squad, they still put the max amount
I
of
got
wounds
3.
on him. Because the Terminators are now getting exploding 6s. And,
don't I get,
and still
Or
reroll.
no, that's at the top of my turn. Sorry. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna now pivot to try to convince Disposable Hero to stay up for the next game.
Mitch has got 5 turn rate.
Let me bring up a little bit of information about the next game. Ooh, yeah, it's a good one. So the next game is Trukk playing his Sisters of Battle. That is Chuck's favorite army right now. They are super powerful and very finessey and very janky, and he loves them. And he's going to play it into Keeper Rush from Paul. And that Keeper Rush list, that thing wins tournaments. Like, that is a good, solid Chaos list with some absolutely phenomenally beautiful models. That's going to be a fun one. That's going to be a good game. Also, Trukk knows Chaos incredibly well, and so that helps him. That'll help him in that matchup. But that's next. And then in the middle of the night, we have Mitch playing Imperial Suit into Noah's Custodes. I don't know. I think that might be Knights into Custodes. Might be what that game is.
I think it's Knights and Deathcore Krieg, I believe, is the list, which is absolutely disgusting if he kept it the way he had sent it to me.
Okay.
I don't want to play that list, especially with Custodes.
So he says Demons versus Sisters. I'm sold. Airborne, I first read "Peeing in Your Eyeballs" from your 5-year-old, which is not. You also read that?
Oh yeah, I was about to agree with him, and then I read it, and I was like, "Ooh, I don't know," but yeah.
As a father of 3 boys, peeing in your eyeballs doesn't even sound that strange. Doesn't even. Okay, sure.
Definitely happened to me at least once with my first child.
So the scores are updated, and Chika's moving now. So if you guys want to do something.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and mute them while Chuck is moving.
What's Mitch's score? It's got a big block on it for me.
Yeah, we can't see Mitch's score. Just click on something else.
111.
Oh,
that's not good.
No, that's what you call imbalanced.
Yep. You really see just
Mitch will have a good 40-50 point primary this turn, so that'll be no, it's not true. It's the board control. It's not who's winning. This is 9th. This is not 8th. It's not about who's killing whose army faster. Trukk outboard controlled Mitch and has skunked him on the primary, and that's what you're seeing.
And really, like I've said a few times, there's 2 kind of big mistakes here for Mitch. One was putting all of his Terminators into his Deep Strike instead of maybe 1 squad. And the second was that Armor of Rust mistake he made in round 1, because if he hadn't made that mistake, he would have had 15 to 20 more Fenrisian Wolves playing around, and Trukk would have been short a whole squad of 30 boys. That didn't happen, and it put Mitch on a back foot. And because he didn't deploy those any of those Terminators, he just wasn't able to turn it around right away. He had to wait at basically an extra full turn before they were able to do anything.
Did you know that we're not just playing 40K nonstop for 48 hours for no reason? In fact, we're raising money. We're raising money for cancer research and also to help out a family of a very well-known 40K member of the Pacific Northwest. And that's what we're doing. And if you'd like to donate, they'll put the donate thing in the chat here. But it's paypal.me/charityhammer or charityhammer.com has all the links. And not only do you get to donate and feel good about yourself for helping, if you can. We understand lots of people can't right now. We get it. But if you can, then please do. And I am drawing raffle prizes like crazy. I've given away an Ork plane, painted demon prints. I've given away the Art of War gift packages. I've given away some Hormagaunts, all sorts of stuff so far. And I've got thousands of dollars worth of product left to give away. There is an absolutely gorgeous Necron army that's going to be given away. There is a huge Ork bundle of things that's going to be given away. All you have to do is donate. And if you donate now, you'll be in the giveaway that's in an hour. The earlier you donate, the more giveaways you will be possible to win. That was really bad words, but
okay.
I think you guys got where I was coming from. Yep. And right now we are at, it logged me out. I will tell you what we're at in just a moment. We're at $88,336.47. With that, we as a Charity Hammer as an entity, that means over 2 years, 3 years. This is the whatever. This is the third year. We have raised just under $44,000, which just feels amazing. And we pass on all of it.
Thunderwolf and Storm, the donations, it is a minimum of $30. Every $30 gets you a raffle. But listen, buddy, I know that you had mentioned that you basically gave what you could. So this is what I'm going to do for you. I donated $60 earlier today. I really don't have any interest in any of the prizes. For you doing such a good thing, Colin,
they're great. He just doesn't want to win one.
Yeah, if you draw my name, if you draw Peter the Falcon Colosimo, feel free to message Thunderwolf and Storm for me. Okay. If somebody's willing to give anything, he can at least have one of my ballots. Unless it's the Necron army, that's mine.
Or the giant orc horde, I would imagine.
Well, yeah, I don't know if I want to paint that, but probably.
I think you want to win the $500 prize. That's all I'm saying. That's about what it is.
Into shooting
sure,
phase.
Go for it. Yeah.
Gaz got a wound back, so he's at 5.
Okay.
Well, that's big. That's big news.
That's really big.
Mm-hmm.
That copter, the killer copter's still alive, Falcon. What is it doing? Where's it been?
It's just been hanging out, I guess, hiding.
I didn't know where it was.
Okay, good. I'm glad we got over that ridiculous phase that doesn't need to be in the game.
So I know we've been watching this game for a little while now. I do want to point out that is actually my chaplain on bike that is leading the Space Wolves.
He's going into these guys.
Yep. I painted that. I'm very proud of that.
Yep.
I don't paint anything.
No, you need to re-roll that one cock dice.
You've been doing a good job. You've been good. I've been seeing your work, buddy.
No, I'm kidding.
And then I'm going to here we go this one.
No.
It's a big deal. This is the only fully painted army I've done on my own in my entire life
all the way
that I'm playing with at this tournament. I'm very proud of it. So it looks like Gaz is just going to keep fighting the Terminators because he's got at least.
Oh no, that's a strategy. Yeah. Nope. I mean, I have the CP to burn at this point, but.
And it looks like the boys are going to charge into these Terminators, which. Oh, that's the Meganobz that charged in, isn't it? No, they're up on the chaplain. Do you know who that is, Falcon, that charged into the Terminators down south?
Who charged the Terminators on the Chuck's side of the board?
The Big Mek.
Big Mek.
Poor guy.
He's very punchy. If they fail their invuls, they will die.
Shocker.
All right. Where you would like to rust?
I assume them because the volume of attacks there at least doesn't. Most of it bounces off my armor except for one dude.
Less attacks.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, that's the best.
And then I will activate that knob.
Mm-hmm.
He's got full action.
Oh, so something I should have done a while ago would be to. Yeah, it's fine. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Yeah, that's my fault. I'm not gonna.
Oh wow. One reroll.
Hey.
6. Gives me another shot. Nothing. Wow. 1. 3p4.
Good.
Fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2, 3, 4, 5 each. 7 is 35.
Orc numbers.
The people can enjoy the circus.
I'll be right back.
Oh no.
I'm so trained
Guys, he
to
left me
roll
alone.
in a box.
What am I going to do? This is a big mistake on his part. Like, you can't leave the wolf in the hen house or the fox in the chicken coop because, like, bad things are just going to happen.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I need everybody in the chat to know that last year at Charity Hammer, I brought spicy pickles for everybody to eat. They were something really cutely named about, like, spears. I thought it was going to be great. Only Danny McDevitt and I ate them. Pickles is nicknamed Pickles, and he wouldn't even have one. What is up with that?
To be fair, you guys ate them all before you left the room, so.
12.
There was like 6 left at the end of the tournament because there was no way I could eat them all. It would have been super gross.
Nobody offered me a spicy pickle.
That
I
is
was
enough to
only
leave
the
him
one.
with one.
I was only the
I won't
labor
worry about it. Okay.
interested in offering me a pickle.
Well, oh, there was a heroic intervention that was supposed to happen here. I'm sorry.
Oh, pickles, go ahead and
Yeah.
ban that
Yeah,
spammer.
no problem at all. We're gonna go over here, I guess, because it gets me off an objective. But I
I wish I could add umlauts to everything like that guy.
Yep, you're blocking
What's
me, so I gotta remove that.
There you go.
I didn't know about that heroic intervention. We're definitely going to do that. Cinch
Yeah.
up my,
Well, it's after all your charges.
right. So
Yeah. Oh, for your for your consolidate. Got it. Okay. I can start here, and we could. Yeah, that's fine.
Well, he didn't charge.
Oh, I got you.
I did all the charges.
Yeah, you have to do all your charges first. There,
Do
Wolf.
you want to interrupt?
I will interrupt with my Terminators. Why not? I have CP to burn. So. Oh,
Nobody else can see
Again,
this, but
gotta use a
Pickles
good
has
hammerhead
probably
product
using
here.
computer problems going on.
Yep. It's really funny.
I also have no idea how to solve that problem.
I'm waiting for him to click add friend. I think it'll be hilarious.
And that. You were basing these guys? Was your intention?
Yes, I based the two that are
Okay,
next to them to
sorry.
keep you from getting too
I
far
won't move
away.
that one.
I think you just click the check mark at the bottom, Pickles.
Yep. Okay.
No, that's on there.
Oh no, don't do that. Don't do
This
it then.
dude
Nah,
is-
just who cares?
Fine. I'll do this guy.
Decock Peter will fix it later.
Yeah. And then that guy.
I like to give it more emphasis.
Is there-
The cock.
So I can get 5 guys into the boys and 4 guys into your boss guy. Oh, he needs to stay. 3 guys, because I need to stay on the objective. That would be dumb. I am going to use my. Actually, let me make sure I'm in range. So he needed to stay over a little further.
We don't need to reroll, okay?
No, I'm popping the wolf and stone once a game thing. So now 5s explode into extra attacks.
Did you get any around to the boys?
Kim says that he doesn't enter
Yeah.
Pickles, which Pickles, you're delightful.
Yeah,
I
and then the
think you
2
should
guys
take
behind
offense.
them, I can.
Yeah, I'm really upset about this.
And then those 2 guys.
I'm not for everybody.
That guy is supposed to be here. Yeah. so we'll do the 5
I wanted to get
guys.
him a shirt that says "I'm not for everybody."
3, 3, 3, 3, 3. 5s are exploding.
You know when you just occasionally casually give up an old boy squad for no reason? Like you do. That's a big man.
Wounding on 3s.
They refuse to roll on camera. I've noticed.
Yeah, it's absolutely just against their religion or something.
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18 into the boy squad, AP2.
18.
Oh, we've got a question coming in here
If you
that we
were
can't see.
to
If you were to pledge yourself to one chaos god, which would it be? I actively dislike chaos. I don't like the army. I don't like how the rules are written. I'm not interested.
2, 4.
Sorry.
8
No,
extra attacks on 5s and 6s. Cool.
I think Slanesh is how you have the most fun. So I'm going to go with Slanesh.
This is what it feels like to roll orc numbers of dice.
That's a hard question. I mean, I think like the
what's
easy
your,
answer
what's
is
the stats on the
Zinch,
next four?
except like
Or
if
the-
you mess up, it
Yeah,
goes
the
real south for you with Zinch.
P5.
Like, so I don't know. I
orange
like the idea of like knowing everything, but not knowing if it's all
So,
lies. It's really
83.
cute. I think it goes Zinch.
So, 4s because of my +1 to wound. Re-rolling. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16 on him.
16. Okay.
And I'm down another 2 CP.
In case I get lucky. He dies.
Okay.
Spend 2 CP. And fight you.
Well, it looks like the Big Mek is dead, but he's going to fight on death.
Oh. Here we go. 2s. So 7 AP 3 or 4.
7 4-ups.
Oh,
I make 4, take 3. How much damage?
3 flat.
3 flat each. 3 die.
That's a big boy. It's a big boy swing there. 3 more Terminators gone. I mean, Mitch is not short on Terminators. He's still got 10 at the top, but I don't know how he scores
5.
objectives if they move. It's a
Yeah.
big,
Six,
big
sorry.
problem there.
Well, it's the scouring too. This is just
Yeah.
really, Mitch is in a really rough spot, which is why we're not talking
those
about the
guys on
strategy
this
of the
side.
game as much as we're just
This
chatting
side.
and hanging out with y'all.
Because I can
Yep.
consolidate that way.
Like, I think there's a possible way where Mitch makes this close, but Chuck has to
Okay.
make some mistakes.
I'd love to hear it.
No, just Chuck has to make mistakes. I don't think he will because Chuck's played this army enough to know to stay away. But if Chuck makes some mistakes, Mitch can probably kill all of these boys before the game ends and makes a game of it. But I think Chuck's too far ahead
We're gonna pull
to
back a little bit.
Yeah,
for
Sorry, guys.
Mitch to have any chance of winning.
Yep.
I left you with the,
Yep.
the hard number.
Well, and Chuck's going to
These guys
max
have
primary
two
again
with
too.
Yep, I'm
Yeah,
reevaluating
for sure.
how I gotta do that. There
I'm
we
very
go.
proud of
That's what
Pickles
we
for
can
solving
do.
this computer problem.
And then
job,
Logan.
Pickles.
And-
We're
And then this
seeing
guy's gotta
we're
swing
seeing Pickles screen, not the Twitch.
Gas
So
swings in.
oh yeah, because that wasn't a charge. Gotcha.
Down to that, so I get 6 dice.
I figured that was.
the commentating has worked well though.
Failures, 1 extra.
I mean, I'm always into commentary. I love it. It's one of my favorite things to do.
Well, it's just and it's the tech we used for it seems to be working fine.
So 6.
6 4-ups. 3 die.
Oh, we're getting real short on Terminators there by Gaz.
How many left?
1.
Just one?
Just 1.
Oh,
one
Gaz
left
only
by
has 1
Gaz.
wound.
No, Gaz has 5 wounds left, I believe. So if this one Terminator does 1 wound to
Okay, 1
him,
extra attack.
Mitch might be able to swing this back. At least it can kill Gaz.
Mitch said
Yes, I never moved it.
Mitch just said that there's only one. The only
That
one.
was how many Terminators?
1 wound.
Yes?
Oof.
Yep.
4 up.
Yep.
Gaz
Gaz
is
is
at
back down to 4. So if Logan kills that
And
Deffkopta
then this guy will swing here.
and then charges Gaz, we might have an epic battle.
AP3 now.
I can't imagine Logan not killing that.
1 extra attack.
Listen, I'm into it for
Go.
Logan killing Gaz. If this is what happens in
6
this
wounds.
game.
6 wins. AP2.
There's orcs in the way of that
AP2 now.
happening because he's on a sleigh. He's not infantry.
Does that sleigh fly or is it a chariot?
2 damage each.
Well, that's a great question. I don't know the answer to that.
I don't,
I'll
I don't
find
think
out.
it flies, but it would be. I think it's a hover sleigh, but the wolves don't. So
I'm just sitting here, and your Falcon's donating more money.
yeah, I did that to top up Thunder Wolfenstorm's bid,
Okay,
just
I'll put
to
him
make
in
it a
here
flat.
as having his own ticket as well.
That way he gets his 1 token. So
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. 6 attacks. All hit. Strength 8. All wound. Well, what toughness are you? Oh, 3 wound. AP 3 damage each.
and it's just a dead Deffkopta.
Yeah, I think.
I mean,
I think
Logan's
they only
doing.
have like 4
And
wounds
then
or
we'll
something.
consolidate into those guys.
And then we'll punch this guy.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that. Extra attack. 2s. 3. AP4.
3 4-up invos. Make 1. Take 2. How much damage each?
2. So
2. So. Oh no! He has 1 wound left. I didn't realize he had 7. I thought he had 6.
well then he's dead anyway.
Okay,
Because I'm CP him out.
that's fine. I just realized. I'm sorry. Yep.
Yeah, the Chappie bike is so weirdly tanky.
Yep.
Like I think it's T5 3-up 4++, and 7 wounds. Pretty good.
It's real spicy.
Yeah, it's a lot of points though, and Marines have got so many things they can take. That I know that Nick Donavati recently played a White Scars list that just didn't even have it, which I have a hard time with because it's just so much utility, and then later in the game, you're feeding the crap out of stuff.
Yeah, I've had a hard time. I've wanted to include it in my Blood Angels lists, but you just can't. There's so many good things, and then Blood Angels add
Yeah.
extra good things, so it's just hard to fit.
So, well, I mean, he's 4 Blade Guard, just so people understand what I mean by.
Yep. He's 5 Sanguinary Guard. He's like,
Gotta highlight
there's a
it.
lot of stuff you could run instead.
I don't know how to answer Mork or Gork, Falcon.
It's an interesting question because one's brutal but cunning, and the other one is cunning but brutal. So it really depends on what you think.
I'm not any closer to answering the question.
It's not a question you should need to answer. Like Thunder Wolfenstein says, both is almost always the correct way to go.
Which is it, the Gorkanaut or the Morkanaut that has the KFF inside of it?
The Morkanaut.
Well, then I'm going with Mork because that's the big one that I like better between the two.
I see how it is.
Oh yeah, I agreed. Diffie? Is that what we're calling him?
It's Diffie. Yeah, it's Diffie.
Yeah.
You know what, Diffie?
I agree, Diffie. He offers so much other stuff. In particular, the Pylon 3 extra and Fall Up 3 extra. That people don't get how powerful that is. That's really powerful.
It's very super. It's just like you can run him or you can run a lot more toys. It's just I always find with my Blood Angel lists, I'm always like at max HQ immediately. So adding another guy and dropping 5 bodies just never fits.
Actually, I think the smarter play.
Oh, Pickle's going deep here. Mork and Mindy reference.
Pickle you should add that his son is older than him, which I thought was interesting.
He's going to advance for 6. Cool. Yeah, he's going to real advance over to here. So that they now get the reroll charge.
I don't post the name winners
they need it more than those guys do.
The end because it's a lot to do. But if you tell me your name, I'll tell you if you've won something yet.
Okay. There's no shooting. We're done. I'm gonna get a command point from my.
Also, I really like Nuclear Tater Tot as an online name.
Other than that, we're gonna charge from here to here. Let's pre-measure that, so we're very confident on what we need. So it looks like a 6 will do it. That's a 10. Yeah, well.
You have not won anything yet, John. Thank you, though, for your support.
Someday.
I believe is the word I was looking for.
Someday you'll win. Don't worry. Maybe not today. Maybe not tomorrow. Maybe not the next day. Maybe you just won't win.
I think
but someday you will win.
Actually,
but soon, and for the rest of your life.
Quite as much. You can't hold 2 objectives anymore, can you?
You can.
Okay.
The single model can hold 2.
Got it.
But you do need to make sure you got your.
Yeah, Robin Williams was well known for enjoying Warhammer 40k. There are lots of stories of him buying models in shops and talking the game with people.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's still 20 to kill that guy, I think.
Yeah. And then the lieutenant to get. Oh, right, yeah, he can't charge. That's fine. He's making them obsec. He doesn't need to charge. Those guys over there need like a 4. They get a 9.
Form a wall on the point.
Yep. You got it.
Oh, 30 boys just got charged by a bunch of Terminators. That seems bad.
Yeah, I think most of those boys should die, depending on how many are left in that squad. Looks like, 6 Terminators? So that's going to be
so
30 attacks, exploding 6s.
We will. We're going to swing.
It's on a small map.
I guess
it might be
there first.
Most of that squad.
How many CP do you have left? Okay, so yeah, we'll swing there first.
Let's throw our notes. You're right.
Guys, do I have their 6?
Yeah.
You, in fact, 1 unit can hold as many objectives as you want. 1 model cannot hold more than 1 objective if it were big enough to do that.
Okay,
which it's not.
I don't know too many that could with the new missions. Maybe the Bio Titan because it's like absurdly large.
Sorry.
Yeah.
I want to give it to them, right? Yeah. Yeah. Cocked. So no 1.
Oh yeah.
One.
The Astartes
and then
is
1, 2, 3, 4, 4 6s.
If you took the Orion off its flight stand and just laid it on the ground.
Wounding you on 3s now. And re-rolling. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 21.
That's a lot of dead boys.
4 or 3 or
3.
And a morale problem.
Yep.
that's what I got to remove. For that. The rest of this. It's 20, so I go to 1 more. Yep, safe from you.
What does Chuck really have left? He's got Gaz with a few wounds left.
Well, and then
Got
I
Gaz
can
with 4
consolidate and
wounds.
spread
He's
out
got a
little
squad
to
of
make that harder.
about 10 boys.
Yeah, I can go slightly.
Then the
that
squad
way.
of like
He's got 5
Slightly.
commandos in the upper
Everything will
right.
Make it a little
Yep.
harder. And then just kind of scoot everything along.
I think that's about it. So like this is going to be a game where I don't think Chuck has anything left at the end, but he's just so far ahead that Mitch can't win it.
Yep.
So it's just
Not passable.
it's kind of like what I said earlier.
Okay.
It's
And
Mitch has a
then,
lot of attacks left, but
over here,
not enough
we'll swing into that
bodies
guy.
to take up
So
every
it looks
objective.
like it's 4 dudes.
Yeah, and
1,
Chuck talked
2,
about
3,
that to me
5, okay.
yesterday. That he can't win the fight.
No.
He just doesn't. It's just too hard. But he can hold the
neither.
board and play secondaries and stuff better.
Which is exactly why this list has been able to win, several GTs in the past.
And then
Really
Tucker's
prior
back.
to the Space Marine update,
4.
that was how
Okay,
they
so
did it.
4s.
Was they
Rerolling.
just sat on objectives
Yep.
just a little bit longer than their
So
opponent.
5 so far.
Right.
10 AP3.
Goodbye, little knob. You did good work.
And then,
Can I go next?
yep.
I will activate gas.
And that's the last
Okay,
of the Meganobz dead.
Seems like a good guy to activate.
How long will I stay awake? I'm going to bed after this. But everybody else is going to keep going for 48 hours.
Whew.
Colin always gets his sleep, boys and girls.
Yep.
When you go to Charity Hammer, like,
I mean,
don't think
literally-
you understand. Colin will disappear. He will get his sleep. Someone will say,
Like,
Falcon, you go lay down on the couch. And
Why
then
not?
Falcon will lay down on the
weirder
couch.
things
10
have
minutes
happened.
in, Mark Perry will sit on my chest
He made half.
and laugh.
Which is
and laugh.
statistical.
And Mark Perry is not a small boy.
So, that
So I
goes
won't
back.
sleep. That's just how it is. And it's beautiful.
All right.
That was one of my rules for the first time we ran it. is-
Yep. So he's going to do his voluminous attack
Oh, yeah.
as opposed to.
I
his
can only
normal
imagine what
spread.
would have happened if Mark Perry had wandered into your bedroom and tried to sit on your chest midway through the night. I can only
well,
imagine.
first of all,
So
Stephanie would have
12
murdered
attacks,
So-
strength 6. 2.
him. I have some external buildings that on my property that this is happening in. I moved since the last year.
Reroll, 'cause you can order
Really
one
been
unit.
great to be able to. Basically,
Rerolls.
these tables are away from
And
each other.
then
Players are more
strength
than
6,
6.
so 3s.
They're not even in my home. Like, this is very COVID, very
8
safe.
AP3.
Oh,
And then
Adam Camilleri just won his RTT with Dark Angels.
Triple Redemptor, I imagine. That's what he's been running.
And then 5 more AP2.
All right, so 13 dead.
Yep.
That's right here. Any of those 1 damage?
They're all 1 damage.
You're 1 damage. It's irrelevant.
Oh, that's a. Yeah, we're running out of boys. We're running out of models. I don't think it matters.
Which is fun. I enjoyed that.
And hey, I would love to
And
be wrong.
because I want this to happen. I'm gonna
Definitely seen it
consolidate
happen before.
Be able to.
Why?
You have to measure this whole swing now.
Oh.
It's actually a massive movement.
Okay. I had a +1 to consolidate, so I thought I was okay. But never mind.
It's dumb. The rule and the
Yeah, it's so cool. Yep, it's silly. I got you. They need to switch to round bases all around.
yeah, basically. Would be nice. This one seems hard. No, one goes. The other one stays. Thank you, my little boy. Doing good work over here. They might also pass on a 1. They do. So
Oh,
just gonna-
that's good. That's big for a Chuck.
Count them.
I agree.
All right.
Morosoli would have won if he had a painted army. That wanker. That Morosoli. What happened to him? I thought he was a good player.
Not good enough to take painted models to a tournament.
You've got Green Assassinate. You're dominating this turn?
Yep.
Domination.
So here's where Mitch gets a bunch of points. I'm excited to hear what the scores are here.
He probably won't score the primary till next turn, which is unfortunate for him. But like, hopefully he gets a bunch of secondary here.
3, 6, 9, 12, 14. All right, ready for scores?
He's going to max thin their ranks, and I don't believe they're counting that yet. So that'll be a big point increase for him as well.
10, 12. Okay. And then I have 20 on primary and 24 on secondary.
He's just been able to hold so much more.
Yeah, that part where I pushed you to the edge
Yep.
and made you climb back in.
Yep.
Huge.
It also illustrates why a 5-turn game is so different from a 6-turn
Oh,
game.
absolutely.
Yours was 20 and 24, right?
That is correct. Mental interrogate, I could remember
So
that.
is this?
And then engage.
So it looks like it's going to be 44 to 22, but I don't think Mitch is counting his
Gaz is
thin their
infantry,
ranks
right?
yet because he
So
should
if I
have
consolidated just 4
like
inches
10 or
straight
12 points
forward,
just
that
from
would
that.
still serve an effective purpose of blocking him, which was my goal.
Oh, that one matter.
Okay.
He's going to run away like a little.
Oh, okay.
This guy. He's going 10. Here, I just want to make sure I'm still 18. Yep. So he'll be down there. This little guy. Still going 11. These guys. Going 6.
And here we
I
go.
appreciate the limerick writing
Yeah.
that the Australian folks are now doing.
This is the runaway game plan. Run away, score, engage on all fronts, and keep running away until the game is over. I wish he wasn't running away with Gaz, though. That's a fight that I want to see. And I'm a little disappointed
I
in
know,
Chuck over it.
I'm actually pretty bummed about that.
This guy.
I
do believe that, if I'm not mistaken, Logan Grimnar can advance and charge, though, so it's not impossible for him to catch up. It's just going to pull him away from the middle. So.
You have any CP left? Oh, because you got one. Right.
Oh, and Gaz looks like he healed another one, so never mind. Like, he's just not going to die.
Yep.
He's just decided that it's not what's going to happen this time.
Yep. What
Yeah,
a big jerk.
it's that. No, he's up to 7 now. And that's the problem with my
Yes,
army is I
7.
only deal damage in one phase.
If I got it, if I was sad because if I only rolled 1 there,
Yeah.
maybe you're shooting, might have done a thing.
Yeah.
Good thing, but now I'm like, nope.
Nope.
All right, I'm going to try to interrogate you in your brains. I did it.
No, it takes a 4?
It takes a 4.
Oh, wow.
It's about me giving up my thing, basically. And then I'll get 3 for deploy. 6. 3, 6, 9, 12, 14. And I got 0 for this last one. 20. 10, 20, 30, 50. And you're at
A bipod just fled.
24. Alright. Your turn, sir.
I don't think I can reel this one
This
back,
is-
guys, but I'm going to try. It's just a score issue, and
This
I
is
can't
turn
kill
4.
Gaz.
Do some damage.
He's on the bottom level, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So let's see how
So
far
Chuck has
Logan
been
advances.
talking trash
He
about
gets to
Gaz
advance and charge.
recently.
Okay. So, yeah, he can go all the way.
Oh yeah, I should have gone on the other side of the wall. Remember, you get -2.
In,
Because you touched that. This thing.
okay. Well, it would put me. What I wanted to check is if I could fit under here. That's my main thing, because then I can declare both of these guys as targets. And,
Well, careful. I mean, that one boy isn't worth anything to you.
well, if he jumps back on an objective, it matters for your
Turn
points.
5. I'm not going to act again.
Oh yeah, right. Yeah, that's fair. Okay.
This is it. So
Yep.
you're like, can I get that guy for points?
Yeah, I'm just trying to kill a character. I got you.
Sounds like this is turn 5.
Yep.
This is bottom of 5.
Okay.
Yeah, bottom.
Yeah, so I don't think
The rest of it's just
Can you guys hear me?
Yep.
I can hear you. You're a little quiet, but I hear you.
Yeah, I'll just hold
Yes.
3, and it's basically I kill that character, and that's the game.
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm gonna, yeah. I can roll it out. Does he have a?
You should shoot him to death. Come on.
Well, I mean, I get 4 shots. Well, no, I advance. I don't shoot.
Oh, right.
I just advance and charge.
Go.
So
Let's see if
Okay.
somehow you fail it horribly.
yeah. All hit. Toughness 4. Wounding on 2s. So 5 saves, AP 3. Yep. That's that.
You get another 3 for assassinating.
And 15.
Dominate.
Yep.
3, 6, 9, 12. And 6. And then the easiest way to do this is count what's left.
Don't I get 15 for the primary?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, got
Yeah, okay, sorry. Missed that part.
5, 6, 7.
But yeah, Chuck has been being very negative about Gaz, and this is a game for Chuck.
If that guy matters now, I'm gonna.
15.
I think it's going to be close. Chuck didn't score as much primary as I think he wanted to this game,
Okay.
but it should be Chuck's game unless some shenanigan is afoot. And then everything went quiet.
Right?
Chuck is mathing.
All right.
They just left.
So the Space Wolves get 53 points. Then the Orks get 50.
Oh,
The Orks are fully painted, and they win by 4.
I agree.
Sevens.
Yeah.
so the Space Wolves did pull it off.
That was a scrapper of a game.
Yeah. I gave you more boys than I needed to there.
Yep.
I think that was really, like, that's the
No,
moving pinnacle.
honestly, like for me, it was I felt like I was playing from behind the whole time because you so effectively took over the center area. I'm like, where do I deep strike? What do I do?
I should have done the walk around the table and measure. I could have used my other squad of Kommandos to block out one more spot.
You could have, yeah.
And I could have made you say, like,
I would have had to double commit here, basically.
well, I think if this is what I would have blocked.
Yeah,
It
that.
would have been all over there.
Yep,
And that's easier for me.
yep. That's 100% easier for you. Absolutely.
I didn't process it all the way to the end.
That's okay.
But yeah.
That was a great game.
So let's talk this through. Can we ask Chuck how he lost this
So
game
Space Wolves,
after
oddly.
basically dominating for so long? Let's hear this. I want to hear this.
Yeah, let's Pickles. Ask him some questions for us. What's that?
Pickles, ask Chuck why he's bad at this game.
His squads of Terminators pick up entire units of boys at a time. I don't have much else going on. So if I'm going to interact with him, I'm interacting with the loss of 250 points. And Mitch didn't waste any activations past the turn they landed.
And the other part of that is that I have a +1 to wound stratagem that makes the lightning claws just mow through boys. And so when I needed to, once I get into the assault doctrine, I'm at that point I have exploding 6s, AP3 claws that reroll wounds, and I can add +1 to wound when I need to. That's that's a pretty tough matchup for boys. It's like that's exactly what they want to eat up is boys. Guardsmen are the only thing that are better. Yeah. So and then he just can't swing back. He has one knob that's going to kill some Terminators maybe, and then everything else.
Like, to be honest, if I had remembered
If he
that by 2 mental interrogations,
he wins by 3
right? Like it's,
or ties at least.
I played a little sloppy.
Oh,
That bodes well for my next game.
so you forgot mental interrogation?
Are basically, I get thrown on the board, then the Terminators show up, then I've got to run away.
Yep.
And that's what you saw. Is I came on strong, and then I had to move off.
And you forgot the mental interrogation thing too.
Twice.
Two times.
Yeah.
Those are 3 points each, right?
1, 2. Yeah.
And those are 3 points each, so that brings it to a 1-point game. One other different decision.
It's like a tiny little thing, right? We're very close. It was fun to play on. I just, yeah.
Well, that's an interesting ending. I thought Mitch was going to make it close. I didn't think he could pull off the win, but those secondaries, if
I
he was
really
missing them,
like
that's
the
a big deal.
mechanic that Gaz is based around.
Yeah.
And I think that he's a cool model, and he feels really fluffy and good to play against.
Sure.
Like, I can't kill him, and it's really frustrating, you know, but at the same time, I didn't feel like it was broken. So that's a really fun mechanic. I think that the design-wise, it's a good move.
So Amish
That's
Dig,
the problem.
it was
He needs to be
Mitch Pelham
240.
playing Space Wolves and Chuck was playing Orks.
Two more squads of 5 Meganobz.
Yeah.
I think that makes your world a lot harder. And you're paying for a lot of, like, my boys attack even more. Well, if 120 attacks boys aren't killing the unit,
Yep.
150 aren't going to do it.
Well, and that's the thing is the Terminators are the worst target for them to have to deal with because it's like, cool, I have 2-ups all the time.
I was only ever going to kill a few of them with...
And then I wipe a whole squad in return.
yeah. Yeah, hard times.
Well, excellent, guys. So that's the end of this game. Mitch pulls it off due to some secondary shenanigans, and plus the scouring meant it was much harder for Chuck to score primary earlier than he wanted to. So, guys, we're going to take a break here in a few minutes.
Really tight. I was
this
on my
is
back
for
heel the
charity.
whole
I hope we
time.
remember that. If you go to charityhammer.com or if you go to
Yeah, you could have screened me out.
paypal.me/charityhammer, by all means, head in there, donate. Every $30 you donate gets you a raffle ticket for some wonderful prizes. There's still a whole Necron army to be won, fully painted, golden and gorgeous. A giant orc kind of package that's available. Thousands of dollars worth of other prizes. Go take a look. Donate if you can. It's a beautiful thing.
I agree. And Falcon, you did some excellent work today, and I really appreciate that. So let me just say that this is Falcon's second commentated game of today, and you've got several more tomorrow, and we really appreciate you. We're going to take a break here for about 30 minutes while we reset the tables and move the players around, and then we'll be back at the top of the hour with Slaaneshi Demons and Sisters. It's going to be great. You're not going to want to go anywhere. Don't touch that computer. Dial. So
Bye-bye.
with that, we're going to go. Bye, guys.
Bye.